Alrighty. I think it's time to get started. Hello, everybody. My name's Noble Crumpet. If you don't know me, I stream TTRPGs on Sundays, and we're playing Genesis RPG in the Twilight Imperium setting. I also stream on Tuesdays and Wednesdays, but I think I'm going to cut it back to just Tuesdays, because it's busy season, so that'll change after summer probably, but, you know, just trying to chill, cut things back. Alright, let's see what our friends are up to, so we can get back into the world.
But his healing factor. That was the whole thing in the Wolverine is his healing factor. Ellie, have you never seen Logan?
That was in the Wolverine? No, I've seen Logan. But okay. Logan, like, a lot of it was more about the kid. I don't remember any of the little bits. Oh,
we're probably live right now.
You are.
Lies.
That's right.
Yeah.
Oops. Chris is a martyr.
Oops. I am a martyr. I'm not going to brag about it on stream. Sorry. That's what Allie was doing yesterday. So... Do you guys
leave?
If we can all leave.
I have a month of this, by the way, just to let you know.
I can ride it for a month, probably. Anyway, do you guys remember what happened last time in Embers of the Imperium?
A lot of really cool dialogue, a lot of Nolly Rasa interactions and trying to figure out what was going on, and Sin being an absolute badass and having 3 different contingency plans depending on how the rest of the party was going to interact. So that was cool.
Yeah. Basically, we got off of Space Bucky's safely.
Oh yeah, true.
We had a big crew meeting during which Rasa chatted with the crew and answered questions, and everyone found out about what this whole split of the mind is and what's going on with Rasa and how she's on the run from the Nalu Collective and doesn't want to be found by them. And then eventually Shepard and Sin were able to pull Nolly back out because she had been sort of refusing to come back out. And then we all transited over to the empty system that Evandal had given Croft the tip for, and we checked out the salvage. It looked like a battle had occurred. A bunch of Letnev stuff had been destroyed, and we were trying to identify what the other ships that had maybe been destroyed were, and we found a friend in the wreckage.
Yes.
Well, Shepard found a friend.
Shepard encountered a
friend of mine. Blast to bits.
Sin's out there too.
True. You're the one that encountered
them. 2 Titans and goes, ah, fuck.
It would also be remiss to say that mac and cheese was one of the more important things that happened last time.
Yep.
That's right. Legendary item.
To be a legendary item. And Thraz is currently completely drugged up and is going to be healing naturally unless he begs.
Okay.
I don't know.
He could literally just ask. We usually just leave it to Shepard, but he could always just go and ask Yara. Yara just, I think, has too much faith in Shepard right now.
I failed a roll. That's all it was. I'm just changing it so it has narrative repercussions. I don't know.
You may have 1 hit point. That is my biggest offer.
I know. I'm just saying. It's some of it is just also just like Yara's busy, so she's like, Shepard can handle it. And it's like, what is going on here? Walks in like community scene.
Shepard just turns over. Beg for it, cat boy.
All right.
But not actually. That was me being silly. Not actually beg. It's just he needs to heal on his own, just to be like, look at how strong you are. You'll be fine in 6 weeks.
All right. So, you guys let this Titan, hooded Titan, onto your ship, right?
Did they? No, I think we literally just ended with Shepard inviting him back, and that was it. We didn't get back to the ship. We didn't figure out any of the ship stuff. No one's seen this thing.
Sure.
That's where we ended.
I think he said we must speak, and then headed towards the ship.
Correct.
So it's kind of like you invited him on board.
I invited him. That doesn't mean Krav invited him.
Very well. The bay doors are open because you guys were salvaging stuff. They are flying towards the ship.
Sin, identified. All right, Shepard, what is this?
Where'd you get that cloak, Shepard?
They just kind of move past your sensors, assuming nothing is done about them, and nobody says anything about them.
I just said that. Are we getting any response from the people on the comms?
I don't know. Are we?
Yeah. I say, I have invited a friend.
Captain, I think there's another Titan?
Friend.
Another Titan? Can we tell it's a Titan from the sensors, basic sensors?
From the visual sensors, they didn't show up on life signs because you weren't scanning for silicon life. Also, you failed your rolls, but
Yeah, I failed my roll pretty bad. I think it's a Titan, sir.
Shepard relays information for Krav mostly. This one is compatible with space and does not need our ship to survive. This is currently a situation that is not needed or necessary, but I wish for it to happen.
Your assessment is ignored. What's everyone's take on this?
He's already by the ship, Captain. I guess we parlay?
All right, think about work on a contingency. All right, open comms.
They
I go invisible.
Sure. You are invisible.
And yeah, I'm invisible and I am lurking and paying attention.
The Titan soars into the cargo bay with their like kind of Iron Man thrusters on their hands and feet, and then just onto the bottom of the loading bay. The ship kind of like starts moving just with their impact on the ground, and it starts like drifting a little, and your jets like kind of reorient the ship back in place. And he kind of waits to be received. He's looking around, searching for any response. I assume Sin is there. I will just say he doesn't see you. No need to roll for it.
Zoldanrock, you want to head a welcoming party?
Presumably Shepard is also returning and is going to walk with them face to face.
Yeah, absolutely.
I'm just saying the one.
Yeah, I'll have my gun on me.
Yeah. We can interface through the loudspeakers, but we need a representative. Shepard probably and Zoldanrock, if you guys don't mind meeting our new guest.
Yeah, why not?
I keep that thing on me.
I'll be the gal in the chair.
Yep.
All right, Zoldanrock, Shepard, come in. Zoldanrock is armed. Sin is invisible in this area. Everybody else is on comms, video feed as well. So you guys can see what's going on and hear what's going on, but you're not present. Cool?
Cargo bay doors are still technically open, or Shepard would leave them open without knowing that Sin has returned. Out of politeness. We don't need the space, so I don't know if there's any way to, like, check
Sin-
in, be like,
Sin
hey,
could
Sin.
just tap your back or something.
Yeah.
Sure.
Yeah, Sin taps your back as you're going in, and like even with the bay doors open, there's like some shield holding the oxygen or whatever.
Yeah.
It better
Oh,
be.
okay.
Everyone has spacesuits.
Yep. Yeah, even so, maybe Zoldanrock is in their spacesuit, just in case.
Are
Like
you?
Yeah.
One hand on the railing.
One
At
hand
all
on
times.
the button that pops the helmet on.
Because I was gonna ask, like, is this some sort of errata to when Zoldanrock got sucked out of like the airlock from before?
It's not an errata. It's an effect of that. It was caused by
Okay,
it.
sure. Yeah.
I have like 3 talents that do with anti-gravity, and now I forget what they do, but I have backup contingencies at this point.
In a bout of overcompensation, Zoldanrock has taken on Zero's G training. All right. With you people arriving, the Titan announces their presence. My name is Mars Palladia. Your names are...
Yes.
Your names are Yes.
Oh God.
All right, let's start. I'll start. My name is, and you just hear the comm go up. The one speaking is Yara Unlar. I work with computers.
Interesting.
You can call me Zoldanrock. I'm here to make sure you play nice.
Yes, otherwise known as Zoldanrock. Designation.
Yes.
Oh God damn it! This is who's on first.
And who are you? Mars turns from like the loudspeaker and from Zoldanrock to Shepard.
My designation, or my name is Frankium. My designation is Shepard.
They nod. You are here investigating this wreckage. To what end?
Curiosity.
To see why it's wreckage?
I understand. And I can share my understanding with you.
Can we? What does Mars Plato look like? I know they have like the hood and the image and stuff, but are they like an older Titan? Are they big? Are they like shepherd sized?
They are kind of shepherd sized, maybe a little bigger. He probably couldn't necessarily go in the same spaces that Shepherd could. Like they probably won't be going through your hallways. They are slightly bigger than Shepherd.
Okay, cool. Sorry, please continue. I just wanted that visual check.
They have a hood. They have what looks to be like normal spacefaring clothing. It's kind of torn in places, and it looks like it's seen a lot of wear. They do have a central eye that is blue, kind of like Shepherd's. They also have a bunch of like extraneous equipment on them. You're not sure what it's used for.
I think it's fascinating that this Titan is clothed and Shepherd is naked.
Yeah, I'm sure they find it interesting too.
You know what? I am curious now, Shepard. Why don't you put clothes on?
Not all Titans wear clothes. I have chosen to do so out of a necessity for negotiating with the lesser races.
Oh, the lesser races.
Yes, the ones that are smaller.
Oh, okay.
To
Almighty
clarify, I
tallest.
find clothing.
Greater, lesser.
All
To
hail
clarify,
the tallest.
I find clothing not efficient. It takes up too much time.
Indeed, it is an annoyance, necessary as it is.
He just wants to look cool.
I will
I
say
agree.
clothing usually is an example of expression. It gives both insight into the character and their role. Not that I really can say much with how I dress.
I believe that wearing any sort of Terran clothing means that it's a relative attribute for others to compare to. My nakedness only shows vulnerability to others that are Titans, not to mortals like yourselves, or not mortals, but like organic species.
You still seem
that was-
capable when you're naked.
A fun fashion lesson. Anyway, why are you here?
You claim you are here out of curiosity. You do not seem to be regular scavengers. This is also not a science vessel. I need more information before I can share what I know with you.
I mean, I'd argue it's a science vessel. I do a lot of stuff.
Technically, all computers are science, so jot that down.
I have a science bay in here. Or
Kinda.
is that on the home base?
I don't recall. I'd have to look at the info.
Shepard
Yeah,
would
we might have
relay
to-
that the crew itself is a mixed bag of different individuals with unique skill sets that make survivability within multiple situations possible.
We do as much as we can with what we have. We were told to come down here to see what the deal is.
And what have
And
you
thus
discovered?
curiosity.
We just got here, my dude.
I'm gonna pop on the comms. Quit stalling. Get to the point.
That is our captain.
Your captain's dialect. Letnev?
Yes.
Affirmative.
Are you agents of the Letnev?
No.
No.
Quit
No.
stalling.
He does. We're currently working as free retainers.
Do you work
Roger
for the
that.
Calera's Council?
No.
No.
Do you represent the interests of Mechatol Rex?
Oh,
No.
who gives a shit?
I forgot Mechatol Rex has influence here, doesn't it?
Do you
It's like
understand
Coruscant.
that you're wasting our time?
I do.
I believe he understands more
He's
than
got
any of
nothing
us.
but time.
That is correct.
At this point, we might need to do a social encounter.
Oh boy.
Fair enough.
You guys know nothing about this guy or what they want. So it
And they've
might
asked for stuff, and we haven't given anything. So
exactly. It's kind of a stalemate. They don't want to give anything, and they're trying to get information that they don't know how to ask of you.
They are also, I think, very confused.
Perhaps.
It
Oh,
seems
they're
like
the ones that
we are.
came to us. They're not confused about anything. They're just
No.
stalling.
They have information, but what I'm saying is they don't like. If you literally look at us, we're a ragtag of pieces of shit that are all running around doing stuff that have really cool like abilities and
say-
things, but we're not a collective.
Thought.
Did you call me?
The reason why we're investigating this is because something shady or sketchy happened to this crash and this wreckage.
Yeah, and,
Yeah.
and the other thing is like
It's weird that anybody is here. It's weird that we're here. It's weird that they're here. So mutual suspicion is
Yeah.
good. It does make sense. It's not just that he's wasting time.
it's mutual suspicion is fine, but also this might be a Titan who's like used to people just engaging in good faith. So like what he may be used to, when I ask people questions, they just say yes, and when they ask me things, I then say yes and tell them things. I don't know what's going on here.
Or this might be very confusing to him because people might be trying to hide stuff.
Okay, I'm gonna have everybody roll for cool. He's gonna have 2 initiative slots.
I'm sorry. That's a lot of fucking rolls.
Okay. Sorry, initiative
Sorry.
roll for cool. I
Oh,
also made
okay.
that mistake just a second ago.
Oh, okay. Hold on.
Question.
Yes.
Story point pool.
Hold on. I got a late start today, so I was unable to adjust it. Or I forgot. Who knows?
All good.
Oh, everybody has a boost. I'm sorry. Not
I don't
supposed to have
Wait, what?
boosts.
Oh,
I didn't.
It's fine. Just roll with it. If everybody has it, then nobody has it.
I didn't have it.
right
I
syndrome.
didn't have it.
Well, it's because I removed it.
Do I need to roll mine again?
Okay, do you want to just re-roll?
No, we're fine. I don't care.
Okay.
All right.
I think I rolled
1,
mine already.
2, 3, 4,
Because we can still
5,
just use
6.
other people's rolls. He's only got 2 slots.
Okay,
There's still a lot of us.
I'll say that Thraz is still drugged up, so he'll be out of this encounter, so I won't roll for him.
Damn it. One time we need him.
You taking a cat nap?
Social checks? What? Anyway,
I'll go to medbay and jack his wallet.
Here, it's okay. Here's more drugs.
hey, you want this wallet back? You got to do a social check on this guy. All right. He will go first. He is.
What do triumphs do? Because both Zaldenrock and Nolly got triumphs.
You can do a maneuver.
Yeah, that's what I thought.
So I guess a social maneuver, huh?
Aim.
Well, I mean, so I wrote down a few like ideas and stuff, and actually just put them in the chat. Doobie-doo. Okay, which channel? I'll put it in TI notes. Because in stream memes, it'll get buried. But anyway, you guys can probably just pick one of those, including
Okay, so it's like the equivalent of help.
yeah, like the equivalent of guarded stance, the equivalent of like gunslinger or whatever, the equivalent of aiming. They're just recontextualized.
Okay. Nolly, do a setup and add a boost to Krov's check.
Okay.
I'll do the same thing.
To whom? To Krov?
Yeah.
Okay. You both set up Krov. So you guys kind of like maybe are. So you're adding context. Maybe you're saying that he's not like totally associated with the Letnev. He's a free agent just like us. We can vouch for him, and you're kind of supporting him that way.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Awesome. Love that for both of you. All right. So what is he gonna do on his turn? I think he's going to try and coerce information out of who's here. Let's see. I mean,
Zaldenrock, Sin,
Zaldenrock,
and
Shepherd, Sin.
Mm.
Although Sin might be invisible.
Sin is visible.
Sin's invisible. Sinvisible.
Until they decide to speak up.
Yeah.
Where's that voice coming from? Get
I
out of my head.
I think they're going to try and coerce Shepherd.
Yeah. Of course.
Let's see how this goes
You
for
could
them.
use charm. Rude.
Well, they could. They're not going to.
Rude.
Okay. Coercion is willpower, so they're actually not quite good at it. But we will try it nonetheless. What is your... what is it against?
Discipline?
Discipline, yes.
2 yellow.
Wow, this is gonna be hard. I guess they'll aim. And add some context to this. and I'll figure out what they say after I roll. Okay, they failed. So they got some advantages. How are they going to spend that? Let's see. They can learn a desire or a fear of the target, or conceal their true goal. Ooh, they could learn the true goal of the target. So I'm going to say that they try and aggressively coerce you, Shepard. They accuse you of being an agent of Elysium. That is the only possible reason that these people would be traveling with you. You are one of the original Titans. You nakedly walk among the lesser species, and you must be here on their effort. I cannot reveal my information to you. This, of course, fails. How do you respond in a way that can reveal your true goals?
In a way that reveals my, true goals? Sin and Zoldenrog are in the fucking room.
Okay, so true goals as in why you're really here in the debris field. They're gonna learn that. You guys already know that.
Thank you. I was like,
This is just what's happening.
The character true goals? Or, moment? Okay.
Yeah, we're kind of Socratically dissecting this dialogue a little.
Well, I think the Shepard will only be able to give so much information because I don't think he was privy to Krov's brother. Gervalt never mentioned anything about where he got the information. We were
You
just
could just be
where to go.
honest and you're like,
Captain said to go look at it.
Yeah, I guess that's yeah.
Captain said to go look at it. They kind of nod, and then they're gonna take 2 strain, which for them is wounds. So I'll just give that to them because they failed the check. They kind of nod in understanding. You cannot be an agent of Elysium then. You bow to this captain. Unusual, but not a threat. Alright, next PC turn. Who wants it?
I'll take a crack at it if you let me do this in the negotiation sense. I'm gonna do setting up add context, so I'm gonna aim and basically just be like, look, we found you in a rubble pile out in the middle of nowhere, and we're just to put some context to it, and it looks like you need help probably getting from point A to point B. I know you Titans live a long time, but we could always drop you off once we exchange information or see what you need help with, if you just let us know what you need help with.
Okay. We're calling this negotiation?
Yeah. Basically, I'm offering to help them out if they just, let us know what they need help with.
Sure. So let's see. Against their negotiation, that's just intellect. So it's just 3 purple for the difficulty. And you can add your boost.
Bum-ba-dum. Negotiation, not the worst stat.
It is intelligence for you, so... Oh. 1 success.
I technically did it.
Yep. That deals 3 strain to them. So they take some strain. He shakes his head. I am not lost. I am here because I decided to be. But I thank you for your consideration. Alright, next PC turn.
I would love to go.
Alright, Shepard.
I don't know if this is still part of a negotiation, but basically I want to say they have already we have already given them a lot of information that they had asked for willingly, and they have not given us anything in return. So we would like to at least I don't know something as some sort of goodwill trade.
Okay.
Where are they from, or because we only know their name, so also maybe their designation or some sort of I guess goal would be too specific on the motivations, but yeah.
Well, we can see what the roll results in.
Yeah, I understand. I would like to use a story point!
Okay, you can.
Before you fucking take it!
Do the upgrade on your end.
Okay.
I'm lazy.
I understand. And negotiation.
And in general, I feel like lately I need to not touch the GM pool unless I need to, because it taints it, and I forget to remove it. Right, that's a lot of...
That's pretty good.
That's
But
a lot
wait,
of
did you roll
successes.
against anything?
No, you didn't.
Well,
You need
I
to roll
can
against.
at least add them in.
I can actually just do that independently,
Okay.
so we can manually oppose it. Did you want to add context too, like with a maneuver?
Add a boost die.
Add a boost die?
Yeah.
I'll add that in as well. Okay, so just remove the one advantage.
So still
Yep.
4 success. Okay.
Okay, cool. So that's 6 successes because it's base of 2. All right, he's almost halfway to compromising. So you ask for information, and he again just kind of nods. He starts opening his like a sort of wrist guard thing that he has on, and a hologram pops up, and he starts like pressing buttons with his large fingies, and he uploads some stuff to the ship's computer. He says, "Do a scan on these frequencies. You will find some of the information you are looking for." And truth be told, Yara does so.
Beep boop boop.
And you find an old signature that is like emitting its own beacon. It looks like the ship that you guys are trying to like to salvage. It looks like it was of Mentak make. It has all of the parts that would come from like a Mentak ship. They're kind of haphazard way of building things from cobbled other like ships and stuff. They repair their own ships with what they can with old Lazax technology. But the signature itself is unmistakably Mentak. They're like broadcasting that they're Mentak.
These are the pirates, right?
These are the
Pirate
Space
faction.
Australians, yeah.
Space Australian faction.
Oh, this cruise is a you.
Oh, nar.
Oh no, they're Mentak. And he's going to kind of do this as a... he's going to try and instead... let's charm Shepard, I think.
Oh no, is he hot?
Oh no, he's hot. Well, he's gonna speak nicely to you, as opposed to trying to coerce you. So that's against your presence. What's your presence?
Well, big, but probably not as big as his.
Oh, sorry, not presence.
Okay.
Cool. Cool is the actual skill that it's against.
Cool. Not the initiative one, correct?
They're the same.
They are.
They should be.
2 green and 1 yellow. Oh yeah, they are.
Because that's where it comes from.
Mhm.
And why don't we... I'm going to give him a guarded stance. So he's going to take a setback to this. And charm time. 1 success.
Motherfucker.
That's good enough.
He's kind of guarding his true intents, but he gives you guys a setback to trying to deal with him now that he's on the brink. Shepard, you take 3 strain, and he's just going to say, as a fellow Titan who is free from Elysium's command and control, surely you can empathize that I have my own reasons for being out here, just as you do, and I need to make sure that they are met. Tell me, where did you come from? And what planet birthed you? And it kind of puts you off balance for a second, Shepard.
Yeah.
There are still several PC turns.
That's
Who
right.
wants one?
Oh yeah. I went.
We set up Krav.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, you did.
Okay, I'm gonna go as like and yet you've clearly clarified none of it. And the if your cause is truly just as you make it out to be, you will speak truthfully. Why are you here? And if you will not explain why have you decided to waste our time with this? You either need our assistance, you could have kept your stealth, but you approached us. What chicanery is this?
All right. Is this a coercion?
I guess.
Yeah, I just want to put it in context of rolls so we can do a roll and see how it comes out. Okay.
Because they're still dodging shit.
Oh, I forgot they have an ability. Shepard, you take 2 more strain. They have an ability called Powerful Certainty that deals 2 bonus strain when they inflict social damage. All right.
Win next turn.
So you're doing coercion, which is against their discipline. Their discipline is 2 reds for you, and you have a setback because they're guarding themselves.
Okay, setback. So that's the black dice, right?
Yep. 1 black,
Okay.
2 red.
Okay. Coercion. Oh yeah, I got boosted, so I got 2 boosts, right?
And you have 2
Correct.
boosts. And you can still use story points in this case if you want.
Nah. I'll keep it for now. If I fail this, I deserve to fail.
You know, the gods hate me. Okay, the gods like you.
It was close. I nearly failed.
It was close.
Okay, so that'll deal 3 to him. Okay, so he's willing to compromise now. And you got 2 advantages. How do you want to spend those? You could learn a strength or a flaw of his.
You know what? Let's go for a flaw.
All right. So the problem is I need to scroll to wherever the fuck I put it.
Those clicky mouse wheels.
I know. I need to get a new mouse. This is an old mouse.
Oh, does it still does it double click again? Or
You never
No,
got a new
I,
mouse.
I got an old mouse that I hate because of the stupid mouse wheel. Damn.
Suffer, martyr, suffer.
I
Okay.
feel so good scrolling.
They just feel so good.
Don't you miss those old mouses where you used to put a boiled egg?
Yeah.
yolk in
Oh,
the-
Yeah.
That was the worst part.
I hate this part. Pulls out boiled egg. All right. I think I put it on a fucking index card and I lost it. Great.
Can't you just make it up? I mean, you can have a vibe for this guy, right?
I know, but I had it written down so I didn't have to think about it. So I'm gonna
Just in the book
say
somewhere.
that this guy's flaw is. Oh, I think I actually remember it. His flaw is that he's callous.
Oh man, 2 callous people just bitching.
I was gonna say, Crom's like, no, I wanted to learn his flaw, not his strength.
Yeah.
So that is his flaw. How does he reveal that? I wonder.
He just says your inquiry is your impatience is irrelevant or whatever, some shit like that.
Yeah, or
we're
it says
specifically calling out Letnev.
You creatures are a momentary blip in existence, just as the rest of your people have shown here. But I'm willing to use that if it means furthering my own ends. I am convinced that you might be able to be dealt with. I only need to make sure that you oppose the same people that I do. I am a force of justice, and you must follow my example.
I'm gonna whisper be ready for the airlock. Be ready for the cargo bay door controls.
All right. So that's Krov's turn. He is willing to compromise, but we have the rest of the turn if you guys wanted to do other things or inquire more of him.
So he's already willing.
What PCs are left?
I believe it's Sin,
Sin.
Zald, and Rocknolly.
I mean, I can't social this band. I can point a gun at him real good, but
Yeah.
Well, you have
so
gunslinger
can-
diplomacy.
Yeah.
yeah, I don't.
We
wanna-
should
he's
save that
ready to
for the
compromise.
last.
Exactly, and he's ready to compromise. I don't want.
I mean,
A
you came out
fallback
here
to
with the
be-
ggun just in case.
Well, yeah, in case he tries to murder us.
How about this? Okay, so Nolly's not on the comms. What if Nolly does I don't know, a scan or whatever, just verification of are they fucking around, or is there something more to the story that they're still not telling? Something
Sure, you could try to analyze the data that he sent you or
Yeah,
something.
maybe we'll just do that. Yeah, Nolly can do that.
You don't have to do a social check on him.
Yeah, I mean, Nolly is good at coercion, so I could certainly do something, but like I can't get the other half of his HP with the coercion. So
Yeah.
Yeah, I'll try and analyze the data. Yeah.
Okay. We'll call that. I think it was difficulty. It might have been difficulty 3 or 4 for Yara. I don't recall. But I'll say that with his help, it's at least difficulty 3.
Okay. So I will aim and then do that. It's a bit of a Hail Mary because I don't have any ranks in computers, but
Hey, there's plenty of story points.
there are. So
Do you
I'm gonna
want
do
me
this one.
to make a computers check?
You can do it afterwards if Nolly fails. We'll just get this out of the way. We'll get the easy one out
So
of the way.
you're there. So if you really need to make a social check, like you'll be better for it.
Oh, this is perception, by the way.
Oh, it's perception. Okay.
I would also accept science.
Where is...
You also have versatility.
I do have versatility. I'm debating whether or not I want to use my versatility on this, and I think I might want to. What is science?
Intelligence.
Oh, it's called knowledge.
Knowledge.
Science. I
Yeah,
see. Okay,
yeah.
because I have knowledge or knowledge lore rather. Yeah, the story point I'm using, I will use for versatility, I think, and we will roll discipline instead. But still 3 difficulty, maneuver boost. All right, let's roll it.
Success. 2 advantages.
Pretty good.
Okay. I think that you could probably so you could probably learn their strength as well if you'd like with this roll, probably.
Yeah. Let's
Even though that's like tangentially parallel,
Yeah.
I guess. Either who, you uncover that there is something unusual. The signal is way too strong, and way too intact for a ship that was destroyed. In fact, this ship looks like it was disabled and detonated like deliberately. This is a red herring that was set by someone else.
Okay, yeah.
Oh,
Nolly
fuck.
will relay that to the crew that the signal they asked us to scan, is an obvious red herring that is supposed to make people think that this Mentec thing is going on. Or it's supposed to draw... I don't know, maybe it's supposed to draw in the Mentec, because it's supposed to be a distress signal, right?
It is just a signature.
Okay, so it's basically someone has framed the Mentec for this, is what Nolly's going to say.
Yes. You could report that to whoever wants to go next.
Yeah, she says it over our internal comm beads, so that all the party members hear her saying this after she's done the analysis.
Okay. Zald and Sin are the only 2 left.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, their strength is in their persistence.
All right.
Good.
Hmm.
All right. So I think I'm the only one that's actually able to
I hate
talk to
this
them about
paper.
that because Sin is like invisible somewhere.
Incognito mode.
Yeah,
Right.
I
And
can make a dramatic entrance. I can distract him. I can, like, fucking try and assassinate him. But we're not at that point yet.
You could also potentially investigate any of the items that are on him, clothing, or his little key fob thing when he starts using it. If you're invisible, if you want to get that close.
Could I try and lift the key fob?
Well, it's the thing on his arm. It's like a
Pip-Boy.
panel that he's been beep booping into.
Yeah, he has a
Okay.
Pip-Boy with a hollow
Yeah.
interface.
Mhm.
So it's probably pretty thoroughly attached.
But if there's any
Down.
information that's on it that you can like pick up while he's messing with it, or even I don't know.
No. What color are the buttons?
Gray.
Okay, good.
If the Mentac are a red herring, and it looks like this, did it look like the ship was set to auto, like to self-destruct?
That you can't
is
tell.
that the conclusion? Okay.
It looks like it was destructed deliberately to not hinder its discovery. To not become
Interesting.
unrecognizable.
So it's salvageable, sort of.
I have an idea for Sin before Zaldenrot goes, if you'd like to make a perception check.
I would love to make a perception check.
Okay, we'll call this average. Actually, we'll call it difficulty 3, but I'll give you 2 boosts because you are invisible and can get close to them.
Okay. Receive. Perception. Sorry, I was also upgrading my character quickly before, so I want to make sure that everything lines up.
I'm good at this part too.
Could I ask a quick question while Jay's taking care of that?
Yeah.
So the Titan had asked us if we were associated with the Council of Caleris, the Letin of Barony, and Mechatol Rex. Is that correct?
Yeah, those are the 3 things that they asked about.
And
Elysium.
technically also...
And Elysium, yes.
Yes.
Your home planet.
They seemed relieved that you are not a member of Elysium,
or any of the others.
or Mechatol or Caleris. Okay, perception. Threats. What could the threats do in this situation? Could reveal one of your guys' strengths or flaws, maybe? Would any of those make sense? I don't know.
Okay, I think the flaw can be revealed is that our ship is in a very bad state.
Sure.
You were recently in a dogfight of some
Mhm.
sort.
Yeah, our ship is pretty fucked up, so I think that's an easy thing to tell.
In
And that could be a way-
moments that you guys are pausing and deliberating, he recognizes that you're receiving comms and talking to each other covertly, but he's just kind of ignoring it and looking around your ship and sees the disrepair. Sin is then stalking around his frame and kind of trying to find some identifying features. There's a predator shimmer almost that Mars does not notice. He's far too large for that. Even though
Still free
Sin
action
is
to technically
tall.
talk,
Sorry?
or no? Is it still free action to technically talk or no?
Yeah, just not to do an action.
It could be Shepard might, if noticing him moving around and looking at the rest of our ship, would probably divulge that the ship's in disrepair.
Sure.
And I thought I heard you pipe up, Shane. The token is out of sync with the character sheet. The character sheet is correct.
Yeah.
I was just like, it's...
The tank is fully repaired. No, it's not.
Damn it. I tried.
Christ. So the thing that you discover, Sin, is that it looks like he has he does have a key fob of sorts, although the keychains are unusual. They're a bunch of various shaped curves of steel, chrome almost, really shiny chrome. But you see on the back sides of some of them, there's intricate computer machinery, really delicate stuff. You see that he's got a whole bunch of these on this key ring. You're not sure what it is, but I would allow an incidental lore check. This will be difficulty 3. It's pretty hard.
Okay. I'll have no boosts, and there's almost no chance, but I'm still going to do a shoot in the dark.
You can also story point.
That won't help.
Oh,
I mean, it will.
There's-
It'll give you a bonus die probably, or upgrade it.
Okay, so 3 difficulty, and if I don't have knowledge lore, it would just be base knowledge.
Yes.
Okay.
So in base intelligence.
I'm just gonna shot in the dark it,
Okay.
and next round I'll try and steal it.
All right. Failure. You don't know what those are.
Okay.
Okay.
Maybe when we get, we'll see what Zaldenrock does, but maybe when we get to the bottom of the PC round, we actually try and hear out what his compromise is. 'Cause
Yeah.
he's willing to compromise.
He's now willing to compromise. Zaldenrock, do you have any thoughts, or do you just have a roll that you want to make socially, and then we can uncover what you say after the roll?
I just want to somehow use that information we got about this ship being a red herring to him.
Okay.
See if he knows that, or
You also
if he
know
set it up, or
you also know his strength and his flaw. If you wanted to try and apply those in some way.
Yeah, if
Yeah,
you
might
apply
as
those,
well.
you'll get 2 upgrades.
Yeah, I mean, probably should.
So his
Maybe
strength was that he was
negotiate with him.
persistent, and his flaw is that he's callous.
Or maybe, okay, so...
So Shane, go improv on those.
Yeah, just,
Oh,
vibe.
God.
Just riff.
Oh, okay, cool. Come on, wine. Give me social cues. Well, listen. I'm sure you've been here discovering, researching the ship for a while. Did you realize that this was actually a ruse the whole time? This ship wasn't the cause of all this. It was just set up. Certainly you've realized that by now.
Then you have realized it as well. Okay. How do you want to play this?
It sounds like, God, coercion? It sounds like...
You're giving us false information, and you're gonna, press that, that sounds like a threat?
Yeah, kind of. That's kind of like coercion.
Yeah, that can work.
Okay. Well, we can
Yeah,
see how
like-
you roll and see how that turns out. I'm definitely a
Right.
fan of, rolling and then using the roll results to vibe out how you play it.
Yeah.
I think that's the easiest way.
Yeah.
Because there's nothing worse than being like, oh, I do this really cool thing, and then you roll and it's like, oh, I failed.
Even though it was a
then
really
you
good
trip.
thing.
Yeah, I mean, I'm gonna fall on my face no matter what doing this, but... Alright, so the difficulty is...
So it's coercion, it's against his discipline. That's 2 reds.
Oh, that's fun. 2 reds, and did I get any upgrades or anything with the flaws and strengths by any chance?
Can you justify how you're using either of them?
So,
Can he phone a friend?
Yeah,
yeah, please.
'Cause
we're
I think
workshopping
basically-
here.
Yeah, I think basically what Zaldenrock says was like, you've been out here, you're so persistent, you've been investigating this
Right.
whole area, and
Egging them on a little bit.
and it took us lesser beings 10 seconds to figure out that this is an obvious red herring.
Sure.
It pushes back in his face that he's so callous and doesn't care about us, and it makes fun of the fact that he's persistent.
Yeah, so that would add 2 boosts if you kind of
2
phrased it like
boosts.
that.
We have a story point, right? I might as well use one of those.
Yeah.
So to upgrade...
You got this.
Yeah, I don't think I do, but... Okay.
Damn.
You... Oh,
I've
so
been
you're
threatened.
approaching me? You didn't fail the check, so you don't take any strain,
No.
but you'll take 1 strain from just the sheer threat of it, I guess.
Yeah.
He kind of
Same
just
thing.
crosses his arms. Listen, and now it's the top of the round. He's willing to compromise. If you are willing to hear my information, you must act upon it. You must get the correct information to the people who have failed here, and to the people who have succeeded. They must be opposed. If you promise that, then I would be willing to give this information to you. He's asking you to get information to somebody, and to oppose the force that wreaked the destruction here. You don't know who that is, and you don't know if that's a promise you can make.
All we know is this guy likes justice.
Yep.
But justice is,
Justice
For a
has one
Titan-
eye in the center of its forehead, yes.
yeah,
That's
very
how the
much
phrase
so.
goes.
Justice sees so many things.
Sees so many things.
Yara's gonna negotiate again.
Okay, do you want to
Justice
try and,
knows
force
so
him?
much.
Do you
I
want to
want to
force
force
his
a
hand?
better deal.
Okay, well,
Kinda, yeah.
in this case, this is his compromise. I guess he's going to target. He speaks to everyone, so I think he's going to talk to the captain, I guess, in a way. So he issues the ultimatum to Krav, and I guess this is a negotiation because he's trying to, negotiate.
Okay. So what does he roll against me? I guess.
Yeah, I'm trying to find the roll. The characteristics are a lot further down on the NPC thing. Okay, so he's rolling just pure intellect because he doesn't have negotiation. He's not great at it. What is your negotiation, Krav?
Negotiation is presence, not intellect.
Yeah.
Oh, is it?
Yes.
Yeah, it's presence.
Well, I've been doing that wrong.
The leadership and negotiations is presence.
Why did I
Deception
think
is
it was
cunning.
that? Anyway, presence is good then. He has
Yeah,
4.
Titans are good at that.
Okay. So it's against your negotiation.
Till my negotiation. Okay, so that's gonna be 4 diamonds. With 4 diamonds.
Okay. He's going to, I guess, aim. I forgot about the guarded stance. I should have given everybody a setback last time. But anyway. Okay, he succeeds. So that's going to be 3 strain to you, Krav.
Okay.
And then I'm going to have him just recover a strain. It hasn't pushed him over the edge or anything. He's still willing to compromise. So he issues the ultimatum. The ultimatum is you need to support... you need to oppose the people that did this here. And you need to get information to the people who were wronged. He's basically asking you guys to make a promise that you don't know if you can keep.
I think we could try and dig as to why. Like what?
Yeah,
We
I
still don't know
wanna.
their association.
Yeah, if you guys
gonna-
can learn the true goal of the encounter, then you'll be able to make a more certain thing.
I'm gonna
Um,
fish for something, but
okay.
also negotiate. So Yara's gonna chime in and just be like, "Listen, you've heard earlier that we are more for ourselves. We're privateers, so to speak. So we can't just do things based on word of mouth. Can you promise anything in return other than justice or any sort of compensation? It's within our right to still just float on by either way."
Sure. Yeah, opportunistic. So,
Yep.
if it's against his negotiation, then it's 4, difficulty 4.
Okay. I'm gonna aim because I would say it kind of added context to the situation.
A little bit.
That's just one to boast, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Negotiation. Yeah, I think I got it.
Nothing.
Nothing.
Blech.
He ain't moved. I don't care if you're a privateer.
Life
my
will go
role.
on
That's what I
regardless. I am quite persistent.
Yeah, we know, bud.
You know, but I couldn't get anything out of that.
All right, next PC turn.
Question.
Yes.
To the party and for overall strategy. Sin can try and steal the thing and maybe use that as like a distraction to additionally like use talent distraction to sort of, I don't know, redirect that there's someone else here, because right now he's been focused on other people and not necessarily on the fact that this could become a fight.
Kind of leverage a little bit things.
Leverage it, yeah. So it's like to get him to share a little bit more information, and I also really want these key things. So
I asked
I
you. I'm gonna
say
ask you
do
one
it.
question first before you decide you want to do this because you like the shiny key things.
yes,
Would this compromise the rest of the ship, or would this put us at an advantage by taking something they have if we are at a disadvantage because of our current state of our ship?
You're not sure. They look delicate and looks like they've collected them deliberately. They might care about them.
We don't know how they'll respond.
Or
They're persistent. They might fight.
It's gonna
And-
depend on
Or-
dice roll how they're gonna.
or I can just reveal myself, still use this as a distraction, and just pointedly stare at them and bring attention to it and be like, "What is that?"
Good.
They might see you as a non-inferior species.
Maybe.
He would
Also-
definitely see me as an inferior species.
He also goes next. So bear that in mind. If you're going to do something, he can immediately respond.
If I don't take it, okay. So
You seem to have an idea, so I say just do it.
Yeah, I'm just
Yeah.
gonna reveal myself.
The other thing
from
is, if we want to wait until after his turn, I can just throw in a quick social check with Nolly, if that's okay. We could also use that to stall until after his turn to do something fancy.
The thing is, like, we've been stalling enough, I feel like.
He's willing to compromise. It's just you need to take his deal.
Right, but
Yeah.
I don't think Krov's ever going to take that deal.
Sure. You guys could just
I
do
said
it.
do it.
You say do it?
I
Like,
mean,
you guys could do whatever.
Shepard
like,
could just
I feel
take
like,
it.
I feel like Sin has an idea. Like, I feel like depending on how Sin's thing goes, it could be interesting.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I mean,
Yeah.
Sin
Okay.
Sin might do this. Seems like in Sin's purview of character.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, it's distractible and easily like enticed by little details. So, but do we want this to be like a coercion or a distraction?
So what you keep saying distraction as if it's an ability. What does that do?
Okay, so I'm trying to pull it up. Okay. Oh, tartar sauce. Character may use this talent to make an average coordination, deception, or skullduggery check. For each success the check generates, one adversary of your choice within short range becomes disoriented. Your character may spend advantages from the check to inflict 1 strain on an effective adversary, and triumphs to stagger a minion or rival within short range. So,
Okay. I don't remember what disoriented does, so I'm going to click this button. Setback die to every roll they make. Interesting.
So this is better before their turn.
Yeah.
yeah.
So do it now. And I was going to ask for skullduggery anyway. If you're going to steal,
Okay.
so just do that.
Okie dokie.
It all worked out.
Dug the skulls.
Yay. Okay, and it's an average check.
Which is 2.
Which is 2. And I would like this to succeed, so I'm going to use the story point.
Go nuts.
Ooh. Ooh.
Huh. Some of these images are broken on my screen. That's weird.
They've been broken for me for a while. I was wondering if it was happening to anyone else.
It's started to happen to me. Not sure. Maybe I need to... I'm not going to do it, but I probably need to re-roll the API or something. So
This is good.
I can't tell what that is. Does anybody else see it?
Oh, no, yeah, I've got you. So,
Yes,
Mars,
2 advantages and the 1 triumph.
so
Okay.
Mars Palladium is disoriented. They take 2 strain and they skip their next turn.
Okay. Disoriented, they take 2 strain. And they skip their next turn. Okay.
Yes, dagger.
And I'm no longer invisible because I'm crouched right next to him.
Alright. There's a
Playing
truck
with
going
the
by.
jiggly keys.
You go uninvisible and take their keychain. They like kind of look around like, what? Who? There was another person here and I did not detect them. This is treachery of some kind. And he's like trying not to reveal anything, but he's also
Well-
confused about everything.
Sin sort of like doesn't quite skitter off, but does the whole like cat dangling thing and like looking at the keys and saying, well, we're all trying to get more information here, so I think that makes us aligned in a way.
Be careful
Not-
with those.
What are they? Do share.
He shuts down. Not literally. but
Not
but
in Shepard fashion of.
he's staggered, so he skips his turn.
I was actually thinking in my mind's eye, it was like Sin is like looking at them dangling. He goes to like grab at Sin. Sin weaves out of the way, and then he turns, goes, moves, grabs at Sin again. Sin moves out of the way, and that keeps him busy for enough that his turn doesn't actually happen.
Yeah,
Sure. Right, I tried re-rolling the sandbox, so hopefully that works. Who wants a turn?
Didn't Nolly said they want to do something?
Yeah, I could do a I could just roll a little social check, try and soften this man up a little bit. I think.
Runs in, fists blazing.
Yeah, right. Okay, so his strength is he's persistent, and his flaw is the callousness. Okay.
Yes. I'm also restarting my window, so I paused the music for a second. I just want to see if this will fix it.
Okay.
For me, anyway.
I'm gonna be right back.
Yeah.
All right. Nolly is gonna get on the comms and sort of pipe and be like, "Hey, Mr. Mars, Navigator here. So you can tell from the damage to our ship that this thing's been through a lot. We've been through a lot. You're on a ship full of killers, and just know that however much you think you care about the information we could give you, we care about the information we could get from you a lot more, most likely. So you may not think we're that much, but just think twice before you try to assess how much leverage you actually have here." And I'm trying to coerce him.
Yeah, that sounds about right.
Is that Nolly, not Rasa?
That was Nolly. Yep.
This Nolly probably
What
with
does
a
she
bit of bleed through.
Yeah, yeah. And she sounds kind of exasperated and sad while she's saying this, but
Okay.
not like apathetic.
Mm.
Let's tighten out of here. We have more important things to deal with.
Difficulty is 2 red.
Okay, so red, and I will roll coercion. Oh, and now that the explaining the damage on the ship was adding context for aiming.
Okay.
All right, so that's the boost, and let's roll coercion.
Okay. Success. So that's 3. They're getting up there. You also got 3. You can learn the true goal of the target.
Yeah, I think that's better than buying back story points at this point, because I can also just do that later. Yeah, she will learn the true goal of the target. And maybe it's actually, yeah, okay, we'll do the learn the true goal. We'll flavor it however we want.
This threat to him and the stealing of the jingle jangles, he like holds up a hand towards Sin jangling the keys. He looks around the room for a moment and assesses the situation and see the cogs turning in the back of his head under his hood. And as soon as the LEDs like calm down, he like puts his hand down and he's like, "Those are trophies and they are mine. Those are from agents I have dispatched from the mind net." And you look at them more closely and they have like a little bit of blood like caked onto the more sensitive parts that couldn't be cleaned off. These look like they're like neural enhancements that have probably been ripped off of the heads of his victims.
Ooh, interesting.
He's
Also
a
red.
Borg hunter.
Yeah, the true goal of this person is they want to harm the mind net. And you've intuited that that's probably who did this.
And they're trying to, they've been trying to find out whether or not we are allied with the mind net.
Yeah, he doesn't have all the
Jesus
information.
fucking Christ, this guy.
You never know. Neural mind nets.
Anybody could be.
Yeah, even a Winu or something.
Mm-hmm.
As a random example.
As a random example, drawn
Just
from
as
the
a,
ether.
You know, definitely haven't checked in on that corpse in a while. You know, should see how that's going.
Okay.
See how that's cooking.
So he's now willing to compromise. He's still willing to compromise, but now you know that he wants you to swear opposition to the mind net. And you presume that the people that were at victim here are either the Mentak or the Letnev.
Or
He
the
has
mind
faced the mind net once, or Yara has, right? Once before?
Nolly had a mind net chip in her head.
Yes, for the one shot for you,
Yep.
right?
And
Yeah.
Yara faced off with a virtual
Yes.
mind net.
So if anybody wanted to use this opportunity to say that we have opposed them in the past, so we would continue to do so.
It would be those two probably. Also the Winu in the med bay, but only a few of you know about that. The details anyway.
Well, okay.
Or no,
I'll
you
say-
you told everybody, right? At
Yeah,
Bucky's?
yeah. I told Yara to tell everyone.
Okay, so everybody now has this context. Are you willing to take his compromise and end the social encounter?
I am.
Nolly
Yeah,
is
I'm
for
good.
sure.
Well, that sounds like a minority majority vote.
I'm also game to compromise. Sorry, it would took me a while to get to the speak.
Yeah, no worries.
Okay. Yes, I hate the mine net.
Like, man, I allied against the mine net last night.
I know.
Yeah, and
I
Chris
told
had this
you.
plan for a while, and he was like, "Man, this is really close to what's happening." Oh, fuck you.
Okay, he's gonna recover 2 strain. Everybody else can end an encounter as well, so, recover strain as you will. Discipline are cool.
I hate this mirror.
This mirror shows me for what I am. It must be defective.
Oh, yes, do you know that comic, the Squirrel of Truth comic? This is like,
Oh,
Yeah.
I love that one.
Yeah. Can I use like a one of the PC rolls so I can do a maneuver first, so I can gas and then do a thing?
It's an incidental, so you don't need to
Don't
do
have
maneuver.
to spend a maneuver, Ellie.
That was a maneuver, whatever. But I'm gonna guess. The situation is over, so this is very much
Back-
like
You release
Shepard
tension.
is now relieved. Yes, and he's like. The Titan instantly notices this.
Who speaks up? I'd like to wonder. You all look at each other, like realizing that this person opposes the mine net. Maybe Zaldenrock like lowers his rifle a little bit.
Oh, I
Yeah,
missed a
they
bad
suck.
time.
Sin will. I don't know. This sounds cool. Sin is gonna toss the keys back to the Titan. Say, we've opposed them before. That's seems reasonable to make more enemies where we are already not liked.
They catch the keys in their hands and, look at you for a second before putting it back into its place beneath his cloak. And he says, I just had to be sure. Their agents are everywhere. I thought they might be scumming the wreckage or something.
We know. Sin will look at Shepard and Yara and sort of tilt his head. It's like prompting you guys to start talking.
I mean, I've only had minor incursions with them popping up here and there. They've been mostly terrifying wherever they show up.
They are a force to be reckoned with. I have been fighting them for many, many years. Ever since... Well, more on that later. The information you seek, I will transmit the data. And he transmits the data that he has uncovered regarding the Mentak ship being a red herring, and also, more specifically, that there are some destroyed minenet vessels here. They have been detonated such to remove most of their evidence, unlike the Mentak ship. But the proof is in the plasma scoring. They have technology that specifically countered Letnev weaponry, who use plasma weapons. They basically came with plasma shielding in mind already.
So the question is, okay, so if I remember, I think I'm misunderstanding this. So Lednev was stationed here, and then Mentak, Lazax disguised as Mentak attacked?
Potentially. That's what,
We just know the Mentak signal is a red herring.
and
Okay,
once
But
you...
there's no Mentak ships visible here.
Okay.
Yeah,
so
there
it's
is
just pure
one.
legitimacy.
There is one derelict Mentak ship that is mostly intact. The rest of the ships, showing signs of the L1Z1X minenet, have been thoroughly destroyed, but shreds of them remain. Mars sifted through the wreckage on an individual basis to try to find this information, and eventually found proof, and offers it to you guys. He says, a battle happened here. The Letnev were ambushed. They came out of nowhere, navigating through dark space, probably using something akin to the Letnev's new technology. They came with a commandeered Mentak vessel. The minenet are very adept at taking over a ship. Even a single one of their citizens can plug themselves into the mainframe of the most basic ship and orient it to their purpose, and kill its inhabitants inside, assuming it has environmental controls. That is what happened to this Mentak ship. I've explored it thoroughly for several days. I need this information. I need this information to reach the Letnev. The Letnev did a cursory scan. I saw their vessel coming nearby. But they made the wrong conclusion, and I could not offer them the proof. And I could not be certain they were a member of the L1. A member of the L1Z1X MineNet. I could not tell them. But you, free agents as they are, you must take this information to the Letnev. Galactic war could be on our precipice if they think the Mentak have done this.
I got a follow-up question for you. Why was it so important that we were not associated with Elysium, Kelleris, or the what was the other one? The
Mechatol.
Mechatol. What is their involvement in all of this, or lack thereof?
The Kelleris cannot be trusted. Too many of their agents value their own faction over others, and Mechatol Rex would use this as a reasoning to, well, I'm not sure what they would do. I know that everybody needs to have their own decisions made, so it needs to reach their faction, not an independent, neutral party. This cannot go into galactic politics. This needs to go to the Letnev. They will respond accordingly and harm the MineNet as I want them to.
Okay, this is fucking sus as hell. But
Not really.
You're sounding
Oh.
awfully pro MineNet right now.
Yeah. We have
All the
literally a
inter-
dead corpse that had a fucking, like, bomb in their head. We have proof.
no. What I mean by okay, tell me if I'm misinterpreting this. He wants the Lednev to handle the entire thing by themselves. He doesn't want this to become an international incident, despite the fact that the Lizix itself is a bit of a galactical threat.
He wants.
I-
Alright, so clarification. He is specific about this event in front of us with the destroyed field of ships. That the Letnev had come in and they were basically just destroyed by the Lizix MineNet. So the whole thing is he wants to give information to the Letnev saying that, hey, you potentially have dangers within your mist, you don't know about it, and you could just all die.
So
There are too many
think-
agents among the Kelleris and the Mechatol city. I don't want them to get their hands on it. Another faction could implicate another faction, or silence it, or something.
basically, the MineNet was framing like the pirates.
To try and cause the
Try
Letnev to
and
attack.
cause the Letnev to attack the pirates.
Mhm.
So, in order to prevent the international incident, tell the Letnev that no, the pirates, the Mentak, were not the true culprits. It was the MineNet. Don't start an intergalactic war with the wrong person. The threat
I'm
is
saying
somewhere
this.
else.
Don't start the intergalactic war with the wrong people if everyone knows about it. Because, like I'm saying this is like, why does this need to be strictly a Lednev thing?
See,
I
not
think
everyone
a lot of-
likes the Letnev, so if there's anybody technically with other, like, factions that hate them, will not protect them and let them die.
If I may, what I think the logic Mars is saying is, okay, so the Mentak are compromised, and
Yeah.
Mars knows that probably maybe more than half of the people on Mechatol and in the Kelleris are potentially also compromised. The Lizix attacked the Letnev, so the Letnev are probably not that compromised by the Lizix. So therefore, he wants to get the kill the Lizix information to the Letnev, because as far as he's concerned, they're the safest ones to get the information to. If you revealed it to the public stage, a ton of Lizix agents now know that they're found out.
Okay. That's the more
That's,
the
I
same
believe,
idea
That's
of, like,
perhaps the
factions not wanting to
undertext,
live.
or the undertext.
That's the subtext that Krav
Subtext undertone. I combine them two.
Okay,
Yeah.
thank you for articulating that, Harrison, because
Yeah.
that's what my understanding was, but I couldn't figure out how to convey that. So
Same.
thank you.
Awesome. So that he also just doesn't seem to trust Kelleris because there's so many factions there, is his understanding. You guys also know that the Kelleris are kind of notoriously not super trustworthy. They're kind of like the New York cops of the galaxy.
Okay.
Do we know that they're not trustworthy? like
they're not effective.
Sin doesn't. Sin knows.
I think
Okay.
anyone who has been, anyone who has been in the galaxy for a little bit probably has heard this.
Yes,
rumor
this
or
is
heard
common
this
knowledge.
So Claris is basically they're policing everybody else, but then who's policing them?
Yeah.
Right?
my understanding was that they're like the UN. So
They're underpaid, underfunded, and everybody there is either in exile or
Assigned.
is assigned there like as like just a pittance. Like, we'll send
Promoted to
our
Antarctica.
worst person over there.
okay, promoted to Antarctica. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's the thing I'm looking for.
I think the council on Mechatol Rex is maybe more UN-y.
Yes, that would
Yeah.
be a more accurate sentiment. Anyway, Mars kind of tries to placate you guys and say the reasoning that he doesn't trust the Chaleras and the Mechatol Rex. And he states that this attack was unprovoked and it was an attempt to cause a galactic conflict to weaken this galaxy. The Lizics, perhaps I should, and he kind of like looks down, perhaps I should just tell you my motivations plainly. I hail from a place known as the Steel Empire. It is a galactic quadrant outside of this Lazak space, previously conquered by the Mind Net. As I was growing, I felt a connection to my planet, and it was fading. I tried to salvage it, influencing the planet in my terraforming ways as I grew beneath its crust. But it was to no avail. Finally, I chose to awaken to try and right whatever wrong was happening to my home. And I found my planet a barren wasteland. The planet itself was dead. Only one life form was left and injured. They called out to me, and I reacted. They are not unlike one of you, humanoid, small. And I cared for them and nurtured them. They were the last living being on my planet, after all. And in that landscape, that hellscape, an industrial wasteland, spent and completely drained of resources, this person died. I did what I could, and I took on their name. Their name was Mars. I returned to Elysium. I knew where it is, as all Titans do. I returned to Elysium to tell my people of this incurring threat of the Mind Net. They had conquered an entire galaxy, killed my planet, and they had killed all of my people, my life forms. And I found that not only were the Titans of Ul already aware of the Mind Net's threat, but they refused to do anything about it. They claimed that my species, Mars's species, was already preserved in their terrarium that they call Elysium. But that was not Mars. That being died in my hands and in my care. So I fled Elysium before they could reprogram me, and vowed to destroy the Mind Net any way that I could. But in order to do so, I had to take on a more diligent hand. Diplomacy was no longer an option. I killed any Mind Net that I could find, took odd jobs where I could find their influence. And when I found this, I knew I needed to get the information into the right hands. I cannot take on the Mind Net alone, and with my people betraying me, I have to seek out other factions for help. That is why I must get this information to the people of the barony who were destroyed callously and wrongly by the Mind Net. Justice must be served, and their people must be torn to shreds.
Could be karma.
Could be karma.
We don't.
Oh, you want to start a fight? You want to start a fight? You should be bringing up other things.
That we know.
So in the cargo bay.
Cargo
Did
bay
I hear
doors, the
vent
answer to
cargo
all
bay?
problems.
Soldier Rock just sits there, is like, yeah, we killed a fucking shipload of them, it's fine. And then it starts a
Dealt
fight.
with plant zombie, dealt with big zombie, neighbor zombie to deal with.
Oh,
They're kind of glitching the shit.
You got a little zombie over there too. Robot
Taken
zombie.
over by the mind net.
oh my god.
Oh no!
Dad's been taken by the mind net.
Can you
I
hear me
can't
now?
hear you, Dan.
Yeah, yeah.
Yes.
Okay, that's better.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, from our perspective, we've dealt with enough zombie factions. Getting up on another zombie faction is probably better off. We
Yes,
can,
then, yeah.
and
Oh,
we
go
have interest in sending this along.
Yeah,
I'd say.
and Nali has felt what it is like to be in the process of being taken over by the mind net, and she does not want anyone to ever experience that.
The thing that I'm kind of surprised about is Titans can reprogram each other?
That's what this guy seems to be claiming.
They seem to have a hierarchy system.
I have not
Oh,
returned
yeah,
to
but
Elysium.
like
I do not
reprogram
know
is
of
way
these
different
hierarchy
from
systems.
Just ordering people around.
I mean, when you're a race of robots, why would you bother negotiating with another one of your people? You'd just be like, no, you're just thinking wrong. Let me fix that.
Mortals
fair, Chromium
reprogram
was-
themselves all the time with, chemicals.
Yeah, and I
We
mean,
are just a
people's
chemical
morals
computer.
change. Chromium was pretty adamant about Shepard following their orders too, so it's not to say that it doesn't seem like they do have a hierarchy system going on.
Well, it's more that if they could reprogram it, like why didn't Chromium just like pick Shepard out, twist off the head, and replug it in type of deal. So
They might
Maybe
not
they
have
can
had the
only do it-
resources. They were
Yeah, I
trapped
don't
on a
think he
planet
was
for a
in the
while.
normal.
And maybe they can
Normal
only do it
situation.
back at Elysium.
Yeah, maybe they need to like plug them into a whole thing. Re-education program.
They got to plug him into Ool himself.
Either way, that was his story.
I'm scared.
Okay. Well,
I
what
mean,
does Shepard think
it's
about
another
this?
zombie
I'm
faction.
very scared.
Oh, scared.
Wait, can Titans be affected by the mind net?
We're still
I don't see
Good
why
question.
we're still
It's tech
organisms. We still
versus tech.
think.
Yeah.
I asked Mars Palladia, how have you protected yourself from the mind net if you've fought against them so often?
I fought the same way that I do with other mortals. And he takes out like a large collapsible blade.
But how did you've kept your mind free from any access points, or you've never been captured, or
I have been captured several times. I have escaped each time.
Yeah, even though Titans are robots, it's like they don't have Wi-Fi. They still have to, like, the Lizix mind net infecting a Titan is the same way as a biologic. They have to
do a Borg scenario?
He seems to also be implying he's never interfaced with them at all. Like,
Yeah.
if he had the ability to plug in to one of their things or computers, he has not.
Okay, yeah, just double checking that point.
It's
Perhaps
simply
he
just-
understands the dangers, or perhaps he's like just being extra careful. But they might not be
Well, they-
immune.
don't need to fuck around and find out.
Yeah, pretty much. I was just hoping for any nice tips, but no tips there.
Well, my question is, I guess
Okay,
for DM
fucked.
first, for the lore of like this whole universe, do we know what the connection is between like the Lizix mind net and the Mahact? Is there any?
Kind
really?
of, because the Lizix they're a splinter faction from the Lazax, and the
Right.
Lazax are the ones who originally defeated the Mahact. So the Lizix, if anything, have an ancestral hatred of the Mahact.
Yeah, probably.
But that might also be like buried way deep in their code. They don't like barely even remember it.
If anything, the bad guy universe scenario.
Dan,
Hey.
crapping out again. Dan, try again.
Okay, keep trying. Not yet.
Nyeh, is what I read.
Yeah.
We are the Knights of Me.
And now he's
Yeah.
really dark.
Okay, well, barring that,
Well,
I guess what do you guys do?
I mean, I think it's easy to be able to accept like helping this individual. We have connections that many of us do not know about, Krov, to be able to give information to help out others.
So
Yeah.
he has tasked you with he's given you proof and he's asked you to bring it to the barony of Letnev. Somehow. And not get it in the hands of any Caleris agents or other non-barony agents or what have you, and to oppose the mine net in any way.
Give it to Majima.
I gotta say, like, I know a guy. It'll be delivered.
He specifically works for the barony only, right? Or is it more of just like the general benefit of Letnev, and it's whoever kind of helps the people the most?
I would like to see your captain.
Okay.
He's like, all right. Is there anyone else needed?
Your captain is Letnev. I would like to see him.
Is anyone else needed?
He's inquiring if anybody else can be present during this conversation.
Oh, I understand. I was like, no. We can speak freely.
All right, everyone, vacate the cargo bay.
Sid looks at you and he's like, knowing that because in the past you have like sent secret subtle messages to him, like in encounters, he's delaying and he looks at a vent, hoping you know that what he means. He's offering to be silent, quiet backup if you need it.
Bodyguard.
I'm gonna say like no, it will not be needed.
Okie dokie. He's gonna trust you on that, and he's going to back off. Happy to leave.
Okay, sounds
Fine,
good.
I'm gonna go back
You
to my
guys can be
course and go
closer
find a
or
gift
whatever,
for
but,
Mars.
I do want to do a 1v1, just because I feel like something might be up. So it might want. I don't want everyone congregated into a single spot for massive damage.
Well, and Mars can't leave the cargo bay because he's too big.
Yeah. So he
I'm
wants
gonna
you to
go
come
get
to
a
him.
gift for Mars. I'm gonna go back to my
Just
quarters.
for anything he wants.
All right. Krav shows up. Everybody else vacates. Mars looks at you up and down, and he just kind of is looking at you for a while. Do you say anything?
Like, you make a lot of demands for being a guest on the ship. What do you want?
You make a lot of demands for an insignificant speck in this universe. I've told you what I wanted. The destruction of the mine net. Vengeance for that damage that they have done. And the damage they threaten to do to this galaxy. To turn it into another steel empire.
Hell yeah.
Holy shit.
Yeah.
Loud.
Sorry, I never heard it like that loud before.
The
Yeah.
steel empire of motorcycles.
I'll say, like, are you doing this for dramatic effect?
No.
Like, I've never heard this
Window's
loud
probably
before.
open, that's all.
Yeah, I was like running around looking for the mute button. They're like going right
Panic
by the
mode,
door.
Panic mode.
But no, it's,
Sorry.
he
Okay.
punctuates it with a deep reverberating sonic vibration, and I'm gonna say he picks you up. He just grabs you and picks you up, and brings you up to his face, which is like the size of maybe your torso. He's quite large. Shepard is not this large.
I am 10 feet. That sounds like 15.
Yeah, this is more like 15 feet.
And he's just hunched over in the fucking cargo. Jesus Christ.
Yeah,
Can I stab his fucking wrist for that?
yeah.
Me up, daddy.
It's hard to just say that you. I guess you could just do damage to him. He's not going to defend.
Or you could just accept the uppies.
I mean,
Okay, you could have accepted the uppies.
No, he picked me up. Fuck that. Don't touch me.
Yeah.
Krav is now a dwarf.
What's
Dwarf
the base
cost.
damage of your weapon?
3 plus strength. So 3 planks brawn. So 5 total.
He has soak 7. You stab into his wrist, and he does not react. He picks you up and brings you close to his face. You see his central eye focus in on you, and he's like turning you over in his hand like an action figure. He brings his other hand up to you, and his finger kind of splays out into a bunch of smaller, like individual little claws and fingers, and he is like kind of tickling at your head, pushing any headgear aside and like observing you. He's turning your head and rolling it over in his little inspecting fingers. I am satisfied. You are not a member of the MindNet. You will do this mission for me. The MindNet will fall. I assume that you, like me, desire their destruction after what has happened here.
I'm not gonna put me down.
He kind of blinks with his camera, and then he removes his hands from your forehead, and then puts you down onto the ground.
Get off the fucking ship.
Your crew has made a promise.
Get off the fucking ship. I'm gonna make a open comms like if this thing is not off the ship in 10 seconds, blow the entire cargo bay.
Your reaction is disproportionate. But I am persistent. You will get the information to your people. Or I will be forced to destroy your cargo bay and your ship.
And either way, you get nothing. You deserve nothing.
Then I will die having opposed the MindNet.
You die like a worm.
I die like a titan.
Anyway, I don't know if they jammed the comm or not, so you guys have heard the comm at least.
Yeah, he
I'm
hasn't
fighting
jammed
whoever's
anything.
trying to blow it. I'm like, no, don't! I have a gift!
Can I story point myself in behind Krov? Oh, Krov. Was it? What's your name? Gervald or Krov?
Krov is a code name.
Krov. Okay. Can I story point myself in behind Krov and knock him out for temporarily?
What did I miss?
Yeah, just so that you can stop getting
actually,
us killed.
I can do that because I have dramatic entrance.
I think
can
that's
use a
valid.
story point.
Yeah, not
So-
killed, just like temporarily a nap until we can get you
So
calm.
Sin uncloaks next to Gervalt / Krov.
Mars. By the way, organics like Krov, especially, do not like to be manhandled in such a way. It's considered an attack, or it's at the very least very impolite. That's why he's reacting so hostily. I think it would be best to apologize and depart. You have given us the information. Croft says he has a proper connection. I think we can end this cordially without increasing hostilities.
We may see each other again to confirm that you have done as you have asked. But I do apologize. It was a necessary precaution. I have been betrayed by strangers in the past. It was not meant as an insult to your people.
You are not betrayed. You antagonize others. Now get the fuck out of here.
He kind of like ponders at that. You see his camera and his eye move a little bit. And when it's done like moving, he just nods and he exits the cargo bay. The doors are still open, but he goes out through the oxygen shield.
I would like to appropriately arrive after he's gotten to a pretty good distance. He's kind of far away with the piece of the Lizix MindNet bomb to offer it as another token, but it's already too late.
Dan, Krov since you missed the vitally important part that turned it into an almost combat. Krav went to meet him individually, and he picked him up and inspected his cranium for implants. He wanted to be sure that that he wasn't a spy or anything. He wanted to get visual confirmation because he was just.
Krav got grumpy.
Yeah, Krav said, "Get the fuck off my shit! Don't touch me."
The funniest part of it is like the way it worked out timing wise is he picked up Krav, invaded his space, and then said, "You're not my net. Good. I assume you'll bring this info that's helpful to your people's safety to them as I have asked." And Krav's immediate response was, "Get off my shit!"
After stabbing him in the wrist.
Yeah.
Blow up the cargo bay now.
Yeah, that's also was an order.
That's my purse. I don't know you.
That's fair. I would be upset as well. And the Letnev do think that they are the biggest people in the universe, regardless of size.
That's right.
But yeah, Mars leaves. He's gone. He has left you with the proof. He has not taken Shepard's gift. He has said that he will try to check in with you. You're not sure what that means, but maybe it's an empty threat.
Okay, cool.
Either way.
I guess. Krav, I guess you have your connections. How's the best way to approach this?
Send us encrypted a message. I will compose the message. Give me an hour. I will encrypt the full log and send it up along this frequency after I give it to you.
All right. Yeah, the sooner they get it, the sooner they can suss out anybody on their end too.
Well, the important thing is right now that we are in a field of debris. We didn't get to do any scan for like we need repairs.
That's fair.
We need repairs anyway. So.
Oh shit! Can we steal parts from these ships?
Yeah, I was saying, can we salvage stuff?
Yeah.
I was gonna have somebody do some sort of check to maybe get some salvage, which could basically be converted to ore to pay for repairs. Whether or not it's the parts you need, quote unquote. So I would accept maybe mechanics or science or one of those two,
either.
Probably.
I
Okay.
could do either. Which one would you rather?
Were you doing something, Yara?
I mean, I have a
Yara was
list.
doing the decryption of the pad, wasn't it? Or was that already over with?
No, that's me.
Yeah.
Okay, you. I thought you were like requested or something. I completely forget.
It was
I switched
delegated.
it over to Sin. Yeah, because I failed the check, and I was like, okay, Sin, you deal with it.
Oh, okay.
There was something else I was working on. I think I was working on the body that.
The shipping
gone now?
manifest?
There was like a few things. Hold on.
There's so I have a list. There's the formula for the drug. There's a shipping manifest that you downloaded. There's the encrypted comm. You were told what that did by the dying words of Marcel. But I mean, you could still probably glean some information from it.
Yeah, that was the one that we don't open with Nadi close by. I think I gave that to Sin to work on.
Yeah, well, and the other thing is, I mean, Rasa said during the whole even if I didn't say it as a player, something Rasa said was like, she hoped nobody would tell Nali about it because she's impulsive and would go setting off flags, but now it's clear that the Minet, or not the Minet, the collective knows where she is. So that's kind of a moot point now.
Mm-hmm.
So, if anybody wants to work on those, I would allow another roll during travel, but I think now we'll just do a salvage roll, we'll call it. So mechanics or science from one of our people. And anybody helping in the salvage, probably Sin or Shepard, can do so.
I will do a knowledge science because I think it's me asking for them to find certain particular parts.
Okay.
Kind of.
And scanning for those parts, and then having Shepard go out and Sin go out. So get 2 boosts from your boys in robot.
Okay. How difficult is this check?
We'll call it difficulty 2.
Okay, 2 boosts. My science is good. Hell yeah.
Triumph. What's the ship
Lots of
at
successes in
right
the
now?
trial.
Like what it
Not great.
28 of 34.
Okay.
So we have 6. We have 6 to go for hull trauma. 6 out of 34. So that's what, like a little over, well, under 5%.
I'm gonna give you I'm gonna give you 1,000 ore worth of salvage. Well, 100 for each point of success, and then 5 for the triumph. So that's basically 10 hit points worth of salvage that you've acquired. It'll still take time to repair, but that should offset some of that cost. Because each hull point is 100 ore to repair. And that's across the board.
Okay.
All right.
All right, that's pretty good.
We traveling now.
Yeah.
All right. So I guess at this point I'll do a hull manifest thing. If I gotta choose one thing on the travel log.
Sure.
Jesus Christ.
The shipping manifest or the
Yeah, shipping manifest will do.
okay. We'll call that a
It's such a big galaxy. I can't find my character.
let's do astrocartography. I know I'm waiting for it to load. It's taking a while for me. Not sure why. I think it's because of
Did you
stupid.
reset everything?
Yeah, that's probably why. I
And there's
re-rolled the same one.
tokens on everything!
Oh my god! Look at it load. It's like
Why
playing
are there
Dwarf
so
Fortress.
many
Christ,
Yeah.
frontier tokens?
Because you
Why
haven't
do we need
explored those.
frontier tokens? Why do we need them?
I'm so glad that this happened. Like the day after playing TI, because
No,
this has always been here. It's just now
I know.
Allie recognizes them all.
no. I know it's there. It's just more annoying to me with all the little
Allie was
pony
like,
markers.
I was trying to ignore them.
When the tism hits.
Okay.
Okay, the core ward gate, I read it as coward gate. I was like, what the fuck, man?
The Coward's Gate.
Okay.
Oh,
You
here we
guys. Yeah, you guys are in here. I've
Mhm.
moved you
Lemons.
into Lemex. That is where the
Flummox.
yeah, that's where the oh my god. Space Buckies.
Yeah.
That's the planet where Space Buckies was in. Nearby is the derelict ships of the Letnev, so I'm just gonna delete them. But you guys are right next to the Corward Gate, so you guys can go home.
We can just blip home.
Let's go home.
Awesome.
You said
Wait,
astrocartography for the thing?
Okay, the thing is this. My brother can probably track me down because he has the power of the plot. But as far as I'm concerned, I'm doing my best to keep my track hidden. So I want to send a transmission out before we go through the wormhole.
Yeah, sure. He gave you a way to contact you. It's like a signal beacon elsewhere in the system, but it's like a spy frequency. So he's given you the codes to access it and deliver a message to him. So he will probably not be able to respond, but he'll be able to pick it up at some point.
Yeah, I don't want to stick around and get a response. I just want to send it out and just get the fuck out of here.
You
Yeah,
send the
Carrie
proof
Pigeon
and the
was
scans of the salvage, as well as like pictures of the event probably taken from your onboard camera.
Onboard security logs.
And you send it off. Presumably, it'll get to the right location. To the Letnev, I mean. As you guys are going through warp space, you guys have at least a day of downtime, so you can heal a hit point. You can do... I would not bother with actually healing the hit point. You guys are going to get time to rest soon.
Yeah.
So don't bother with that. Just set everything back to 0. But for now, if anybody wants to do any like intermediary downtime stuff, like that astrocartography thing that I mentioned, we'll call that one difficulty 2. It's fine.
That's just
Do
for
I
like
use
any
a
of our
talent
thing?
for this?
Sorry?
No, this is for my check.
Yeah, that's for his check. Though I will probably... No, I wasn't wasn't gonna have a check to navigate the wormhole. That's silly.
I have a question. Besides Yara, does anyone
Fuck.
do anything with computers?
Sin.
Sin.
Sin and Thraz also took some points in it.
I fucked up the
Currently
cartography
drugged.
check. Can't tell anything. Don't know where things are going.
You could give somebody a boost if they want to try
Alright.
something.
I'll give a boost to next person to do a check. I'll just be like, hey, by the way, I updated the onboard computer encyclopedia. Here you go. Just access that if you need to look up information.
I'll have Thraz do it. He's actually pretty good at astrocartography.
Is he still drugged up?
No, I'll say it's been a day, so he's able to.
He has a cast.
Yeah.
He's an iPad cat.
Oh, it's been a day. Did anything happen while I was out? I felt the whole ship shake at one point.
Shepard made a friend. That's all that you need to know.
Okay, I'll check the security logs later. Once we get back home, I mean. All right.
You might have a laugh.
Sure.
He was a big friend.
We will see. Okay. Difficulty 2. I'm gonna story point upgrade this. Uh-oh. His things aren't synced. Oh, but it still counted it. It's fine.
I
Okay.
can't remember where what's and what. I just have the list of the places. Thraz, you're better at spreadsheets. Apparently not.
Oh,
He did get his boost?
He gets a boost. He gets a boost. Hold on.
Maybe.
Hold on. Wow. There's a lot of names on here. I recognize a lot of the names, but... Damn. What could he
That's
do?
5 boosts.
5 boosts? I think that's equivalent to a triumph. Isn't it? Like, usually?
I think you can trigger stuff on weapons the same way a Triumph would.
Yeah. I'll say that he could upgrade somebody else's check. Is anybody else good at Astrocart?
More boosts.
I mean, Nolly's okay at it.
If you're like, it's
I
not
have
that
a
hard.
singular rank, so someone else should probably do it before Sin.
Thraz also
Yeah, no.
has one singular rank. I just remember he was the only one that like had it.
Right?
Yes.
Yeah, it's astrocartography, right? Yeah.
Okay.
Yep.
I have 2 ranks in it.
Okay.
I'll be like, Jesus Christ, we're in a wormhole. It's a tunnel. Just go forward.
No. This is
Oh,
for
they're
the ship
analyzing
manifest.
a shipping manifest.
Okay.
I basically was like, I had to be thorough, and so I couldn't figure out why an event was relevant, and Thraz, for some reason, just couldn't remember the relevance of each planet or something.
He recognizes all the names, but he doesn't see anything unusual.
Yeah.
So
Okay. So what's the difficulty in astrocartography?
it's difficulty 2, and you get an upgrade from Thraz.
Because
Okay.
he identified everything for you.
He did a highlighter.
But these are known
got-
locations that
Jesus Christ, even this is a bad one.
would
got
probably
it, though.
accept the drug or whatever. And you look over it and you're like, this one says that the shipment has been fulfilled, which means that a shipment has gone out already. It looks like there was a shipment that made its way to a place called Torkin.
Is that
Ah,
close?
frig.
It's on the other side of the galaxy, but you're in a wormhole, so really it could be anywhere.
And we have a trunk full of iridium we gotta deliver.
Yeah.
Yeah, we got to deal with that first.
Yeah, I was just asking, not because we want to go. It's more of it's something we need to deal with shortly.
Oh, I see.
Okay, so Torkin's got the gene splicing drugs.
Yeah, a gene splicing drug went out, and I'm gonna do a average lore check if anybody else wants to. Thraz is gonna try because he at least has it as a skill. He's not great at it though.
What was the name of the species that
Not
had all
great.
of them? Is it the Brotherhood?
Nally, you have lore?
Oh, Yin. Yin.
The
is-
Yin
yeah.
Brotherhood were behind this.
At least they think they are behind this.
Is anybody else doing a lore check?
Anyone
I
got
can
lore?
do a lore.
I can do a lore
No,
check.
I have culture. I don't have lore.
Difficulty 2.
Difficulty 2, lore. No boosties, right?
No boosties. Any high int people could also probably realistically get this.
Oh, but I do also have a success because I can Google it on my iPad.
Oh yeah. Hey, Thraz should
That's
have
pretty good.
that.
I think you got it pretty good.
Yeah, you got it. Okay, we can say that maybe... Actually, this is perfect. Nolly, you're intimately familiar with Torkin. It's adjacent to the Drua system, or the Malik system, I believe it's called, which is the center of the Nalu Collective.
Oh fuck.
And
What?
Rasa perhaps remembers hiding in the streets of the urban environment. Torkin is a kind of a metropolis centered around a lake on a planet that doesn't support much life. But for some reason, people go there as like either go there to hide or they go there to go on vacation. They're either nobles or criminals that hang out in those streets, but the place doesn't produce anything of note to export. It's all sucked in from outside.
It's Vegas.
Rasa activates and describes how during her training in the program, urban combat was done using like replicas of street intersections and areas of Torkin as like the training grounds.
Well, I was going to say even during your escape from the collective's like thing, you hid among these streets, and Nolly maybe doesn't remember, but maybe Nolly hadn't been created yet.
Yeah, why not?
So I'm going to say that's what your successes are.
Well, that's important to know.
Perhaps.
Good job, everybody. Adding this to the encyclopedia for later.
Our next adventure point, probably.
Probably. Who knows? I mean, take it or leave it. Anybody else doing anything in transit?
We gathered data and information for the Yin Brotherhood, correct? About what they were doing?
You knew that they were creating drugs that had mutagenic properties.
Yes, but did we gather any... I have a sample of the plant itself that they were using to create these sequencing DNA manipulation catalysts. I would like to know if I have their data as well, so I can start doing that.
Yeah. I mean, you could analyze the mutagenic drug. We'll call this science.
That's actually perfect. So I will use the plant, right? So I'm going to kind of cross-reference each of them and also look at the drug that they've already made and see what they've done for sequencing.
Awesome. So we'll call this... This is going to be a quite hard check.
I figured.
We'll call it a difficult...
Can I coerce Yara in without giving away everything to help me with this?
Probably not. Because I would have to know what's going on.
Well, I can just give you the information and say I'm curious about how they're adapting it so we can figure out a cure.
I guess that's fair.
Hey,
That's
how
better.
would you hypothetically create a meth lab? For
How
no
would you-
reason.
I'm just messing around.
No, actually,
I know. I just want to know if you know.
I think it's also probably important to be able to figure out a cure because it's going to be beneficial for a selling point, or I don't know, giving someone the hey, there's drugs here, oops, but also here's some Narcane, just in case something really goes. Here, take it. So cure.
That'd be a better angle.
I don't know. That's what I'm saying. I'll roll for it for socially.
Nah,
if you
that
want me
one
to try
I
and
guess
lie.
that one I guess would be fine. The only thing is, would I have time to be able to do that? That's the only issue with the space travel. So we'd be able to do the other things.
I mean, you had already done a roll, so
Okay,
I would say you would need to seek help elsewhere.
You could always do it yourself.
I'll say it's difficulty
To get
4.
lucky.
Difficulty 4.
Do you have any points to invest in science?
No,
No. Okay.
but I have one thing up my sleeve against all odds.
You can do against all odds.
You could do against. You'll probably
use the
fail. So
story
there
point.
you go. There you go. It's gonna
Um,
probably come out as fail, so you probably will be able to do it.
I would love to use the story point and say that maybe I have acquired some of Yara's computer components to help me analyze this information. I just need to figure out basically how to do it efficiently.
Okay.
But that would be the story point. Is I took some of your stuff, Yara.
This is difficulty 4. I'll accept science or medicine.
You have medicine.
I mean, I didn't need to use the thing if I was gonna get medicine.
It's still difficulty 4. That's pretty tough.
Yeah. I mean,
Sure.
against all odds, you do after the roll anyway.
All right, you have the numbers in on your side, or no?
No, it's difficulty 4.
4 perps. I'll do medicine. I really want this. Fuck! Against all odds, that's a success.
Yeah, and that's how you use it.
There
So,
we go.
and 4 advantages. I wonder what those can be spent for.
Downtime.
Okay.
And somebody else probably.
I'll say that you can use them to identify the true purpose of the drug. And I don't remember how much of this had already been discovered, but you now have like proof and logged proof of it. The drug has been manipulated. Normally, the thing has properties that are deleterious to like your genetic structure. It's a highly destructive drug.
Right.
If you take too much of it. So this has been made so that it is pushing up that aspect and making it more targeted. And it does so. The intent was to make more yin clones. It was to infect people with the Greyfire mutagen, which is a disease that genetically affects almost all of the Yin Brotherhood. That was the purpose of their initial like cloning experiment that they did. Cloning, by the way, is extremely taboo and like highly illegal in the galaxy. But the Yin are sovereign on their own planet and aren't members of the Caleris Council, so they don't bow to those rules. They don't observe the Galactic Council.
So is like this Greyfire mutagen somehow toxic to like absolutely everybody else besides the Yin? Is that the reason why they want to spread it?
They wanted to spread it in for whatever reason.
Okay.
You're not sure why. But
Yeah,
this has been altered.
Are toxic. They are very vulnerable to Greyfire mutagen.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So what this does is it infects other people, but that has been altered as well. The drug has been altered to not just give Greyfire mutagen, but it also injects a piece of Mahakt genetic code. You recognize it against all odds, because although it would look like just a random string of DNA molecules, like the GACT molecules or whatever, the string pops out at you and you recognize it. This is a Mahakt like sleeper strand. This makes people vulnerable to the Mahakt that otherwise were not. And this is going to infect people, like using this drug. It's highly able to proliferate, and the fact that it's now on a genetic mutagen means it could be transferred to other people potentially. This is an outbreak waiting to happen.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
Is this some Dead Space bullshit going on?
Feels like it. Or the Flood. This is the Flood. We're getting
It's-
the
The
Flood
Mahawk
here.
kind of seemed like a little bit of both, to be honest.
Yeah,
Every sci-fi mutagen nightmare scenario.
Yeah,
but not.
it's basically worse than you thought. The Yin were trying to create a disease for whatever motive they have, but the Mahakt influence has added a rider onto that.
So basically, somebody who takes the drug now can also infect other people without the drug.
Potentially, yes.
That's the worst. That's what I'm saying. It makes it worse because not just user turns into its user can be carrier. That's bad in an urban setting, guys.
Well, time to glass the planets.
All right. I'd say we're gonna arrive back at Riftwatch now.
Wait, Sin can do their check.
Oh,
Yeah, Sin was
I would
trying
like to do my computer thing. I forgot what it was for, but I know it's the computer's check.
it's the
I love it.
encrypted communicator.
Oh yeah.
One that Marcel had.
Yeah.
Could they steal a boost from the Shepherd check?
No,
Okay.
it is unrelated.
All right.
Okay, so what is the difficulty for this check?
We'll call it difficulty 3 computers.
I was just mad I couldn't get it.
Yep, okay. It's unlikely that I'll get it, but I'm gonna try.
No, you got it great.
Holy snapperdoodles! I
Purples
just
were
got
nice.
really lucky.
Yeah, the purples were kind.
Purples wanted you to believe.
You have decrypted it, and you've confirmed that it did do as Marcel said. It sent out a message of sorts to the Nalu Collective and one of their beacons. Although it looks like it's using some sort of calling code, but you're not sure why they would need it on the Nalu's own frequency. It looks like this is some sort of independent actor in the Nalu Collective. You cannot
That's kind of neat.
you cannot uncover the information itself that was transmitted, but from what Marcel said, it was a warning sent back to Zoshia.
Interesting. Sin is going to bring this to Yara and say, I found some information. I believe Rasa should also be informed.
That seems about right. You basically divulge all of it.
Yeah.
Okay, so Yara's gonna just kind of probably be like, okay, you think? I know Rasa should probably know. I just hope they probably won't do anything because they need help to do anything. And I'll probably just let the captain know to some degree about what's going on here. We already kind of know most of this, but it just seems like there's an independent actor now to worry about within this whole program. All right, good job, Sin.
My pleasure. I'm happy to assist.
And so far, it seems like the ship's at least somewhat getting repaired. All right, thank you. I'm gonna go inform Krav that there might be an independent actor within the weird program, and you try to graciously let Rasa know. I think they have a better relationship with you. Might trust you a little bit more.
I will try. Okay. Sin clambers into a vent to go and find Nali and then call out Rasa.
Question.
I will go talk to
before this RP session happens. You told Krav to all this information, but didn't I already send kind of like the wholesale part of this transmission to my brother?
This one? I don't think you sent this one.
We didn't decrypt. We didn't send the information that we decrypted because this happens now. But in terms of the whole information, I sent it out earlier, right? Or
I don't know if you talked about this part about Nali.
I actually don't recall if you sent out this. I think you might have sent out
information.
Yeah, I thought you sent out the Winu information.
Yeah, I think it was about the Winu virus thing.
And the drugs being manufactured. I figured the drug manifesto and the content was part of that.
I think you either sent it out or you told. I remember you either sending out or telling Evandal, like, hey, by the way, the Nalu, here's this drug that the Yin have sent out. It's being screwed with, but the Nalu have put an immunity into it for themselves.
Yes, that's what you told.
And I gave him the files that we had at the time. All the
Yeah,
files.
just a copy of it.
Yeah. Okay, so they should be able to decrypt it, the same information then, right?
Well, they might be
Potentially.
able to, might not.
It's kind of
maybe
just in his hands. You also don't know if he took anything else from the ship in terms of info, but otherwise, you don't know if you just have to hope that it'll get in the right hands and get decrypted.
I trust his competence, so.
All right.
Yeah.
Well,
And
in the
you're
meantime,
sure he hasn't been corrupted?
It's always been weird.
we
To
are
some degree, diplomatic-wise.
we are dropping out of warp.
Asteroid, sweet asteroid.
Asteroids, rock, sweet rock. If it'll ever load for me. It's slow for you guys too.
Yeah, it's slow for
I
me.
see it. They're
Alright.
uploaded pretty fast for me.
Same.
There's not as much on it. It's not like it has to load a bunch of assets.
Too many little pucks.
I'm gonna have to refresh.
Okay, there we
I don't see shit.
Yeah, I'm kind of worried. Because my side screen is not loading.
Is everyone else
But-
now has internet issues?
I got it
I'm good.
eventually. I got the
I got
little
it.
wait for the page question mark pop up, and I said yes, wait, and then it refreshed.
Yeah,
I
I
looked
had-
up and it popped up immediately. So
fantastic. Well, I can only
Skill
hope
issues.
because I use a separate window. There it is.
Okay,
I-
yeah.
Because if I refresh that window, it'll log in as the DM, and then it'll show the DM's screen instead.
Ah.
Anywho.
And then we get cheat by looking at Twitch.
Well, also, you'll see a lot of stupid floating inconsequential stuff in the side areas that's like translucent that doesn't apply and isn't actually in existence. Anyway, you drop out of warp. You navigate through the asteroid field back to your home base. But you find that you are not alone here. There is a rather large ship parked right near your asteroid.
I need to set up a security system.
Oh fuck!
You have
Hey.
seen the ship before. This is the Nomad's flagship.
Oh. Ooh.
Daddy?
Hi, Daddy.
Well, at
Look,
least
it looks
it's
like a
not-
little dude with some eyes right now.
At least it's not Memoria 2.
Well, this is not Memoria 2, which is Memoria 1. That's a good thing, because then we'd be fucked.
It's not the Nomad Parade yet.
Yes. No, what are you doing? You're vandalizing my ship.
He's a little dude.
He's a little guy.
Dan has the
Stop.
same idea.
Drawing lines on my ship.
All right. Do you guys do anything?
I
We
guess
already
open
should
up
hail
any
him.
Use the
frequency.
ship.
Sure. I attack. Forward cannons. Okay, you hail them.
Yeah, open communications, obviously.
They open communications as well. The Nomad's voice comes through. If I can actually get them. there.
Which voice change it was? Maybe they switched their voice changes. It's fine.
Yeah, the voices change all the time.
Dad.
Realistically.
It is a teal ship.
Hello, are you here?
Sorry, I just need to make sure I have my notes. Okay.
You have returned.
Yeah, we got a delivery to make. I assume you know about this?
The delivery will be made to me. The Gashly will no longer be a bother to you. They were a threat to your incognito station.
Sure.
Perfect.
Cool.
I have also installed signal dampeners so that other mining facilities won't stumble upon you. You should be more careful in the future, though I understand this place is salvaged.
There was
Yeah.
a few things we
From a
need to fix.
killer's outpost.
We should talk inside.
Alright.
Alright.
Signals can be
Okie
compromised.
dokie.
I'll bring
I
it
will
in.
wait for you to arrive and get comfortable. I will see you in a few hours.
Do we have a
It's
meeting
not
room?
expecting hors d'oeuvres or anything.
Yeah, I was gonna
Lock
say,
and
do we
load.
have like a waiting room or like a welcome on in party room or anything like that?
I mean,
We
there's probably
never
at least
we
some
never
sort of thing.
repaired the conference center. Unfortunately.
We could have
Yeah, we never did.
a meeting inside the biome. It's plenty and pretty in there.
Yeah, why not?
We'll have a
Yara
tea
wants to take a
ceremony
shower
and
first.
Yeah.
Shepard can show us what they've been working on.
It takes a while for plants to grow, so they can hang out. Also, I can sell them some of my plants for like 500 ore. I'm
And sell them weed?
gonna sell them weed.
Sell the Nomad your weed.
Yes. No, we called it pot. No, not pot.
We called it
Top
pot.
teapot. Teapot. That's what it was. Teapot.
Wait, you're actually serious. Shepard has been growing pot.
Teapot.
Nomads are multiplying.
I don't think
Amazing.
I don't think I've actually had any access to plants that may have been. Let me look at my sample list.
I don't know why there's like a million Nomads on my screen.
It's
They
not
just-
intentional?
I see
You're not gonna
two.
clone the jutsu on us?
Okay,
I thought
the
that,
current,
yeah, I was gonna say.
What
the
the
current
fuck
samples
is
that I
going on?
had prior to leaving were an Arborex sample, the plants from Odin, the weird GMO plants, and then fluids acquired from Odin's vat with the dragon. So I don't know if GMO plants will equal dope, but we could try it.
Chris, maybe like when you're moving the tokens around, it's like copying. Is that why there's like a bajillion of them?
This is an error that happens sometimes. I'm just refreshing again.
Just based on what Allie just said, I'm just imagining we're in the biome, like checking out things. Shepard's explaining, like, and this is genetically modified. Like, it does the whole thing, and then goes, "Would you like me to roll up a blunt?"
You know, I'm thinking something abominable, like because it's GMO'd, picks up a corn, lights it on fire. It's like a cigar.
Yeah, right, exactly. Or just like hands an ear of corn. This one tastes like strawberries.
Oh
It-
god, that's
I-
awful.
If anything, like before leaving, like there was probably a couple of little, sprouts that were being planted for like new seeds that were genetically modified, or like sort of interbreeding all of the plants, trying to figure out how they will grow. So maybe I don't know what actually is starting to grow.
I bred kale that screams when you pick it.
Breeding nomads, apparently.
Why are all
It's
these
3
strawberries
now.
looking like people?
Okay. I'm sorry this is taking so long. But I don't know what's up with my computer today. Or with Roll20. I bet it's Roll20's fault.
Can
if
you
I had to
turn
guess.
off that page that is just the map? It might clear some space.
Turn off the page?
I don't know, because they usually hang out in the background, don't they?
No, the pages are their own pages.
Okay.
Yeah, it's a whole thing.
Just
Yeah.
delete that whole overall map, and then
Yeah.
I think we should be good.
Yeah.
Yeah. Maybe.
Delete the galaxy.
I'll probably reduce the number of ships in that thing. But that'll be another day, because that'll take a million years. Anyway.
I had one
Um,
other sample I forgot, and it was the Letnev moss.
Yes.
Fantastic.
Their
Oh yeah, it's
delicacy.
the algae thing that we.
Yeah. So, literally, I am gonna make so many dishes that are simply just moss for Krav until he likes me.
We have a food synthesizer, don't we?
That's not the same.
I think you see whenever you give Yara any food, she just brings it over to the synthesizer and is like, I'm gonna turn it into a hamburger instead.
I'll turn this
Here-
into Fritos.
Here is a healthy dish of nourishment. It will satisfy all of your caloric needs for the entire day. I'm gonna turn this into a hamburger.
Steak,
I-
please.
I would like to use my experience as a fry cook. You know, that time that I spent.
You're like the person that
Yeah.
eats nothing but like cheesy potatoes for like 3 meals a day for like years.
To a dog, cheese is the best.
Anyway.
So,
I can still
um,
offer up the biome as a place that we can meet, because then it's at least comfortable. It has probably like a synthetic sky, so that way it appears more, nice, serenity kind of situation.
Yeah. We can say that this storage area is maybe the biome now.
Yeah, or like it's attached to it or something.
It's so probably like the biome is the space that has been worked on the most, other than like the training quarters. So I think it's a pretty safe spot to go.
All
One
right.
that won't smell like sweat.
As you guys are like getting ready, because you do have several hours to like freshen up from your journey, I guess.
True. I have
Fraz-
Prov stuff too.
Fraz is like unloading stuff with you guys, the iodinium shipments and whatnot. And he starts talking with, we'll say Yara, and maybe Shepard's doing some lifting. And he's like, guys, this iodinium, it's worth a lot of money. We could probably sell it to the Nomad for like millions. I'm not joking.
I mean, if you want to lead negotiations on that, I don't think anybody would be opposed.
I mean, we got it for free. We might as well get a profit, right?
But the benefit that we're getting is pretty much eternal protection from the Muat that are nearby.
But I mean, this wasn't going to the Nomad, it was going to them. Nomad's just going to take it from us?
That's what I mean by you can negotiate. Maybe it won't be at full market value, but we could still probably get some profit off of it.
Yeah.
Isn't that your specialty? Getting the little bit of difference?
I just
Let's
want to
catch
know
up
that we
all.
have my support in this endeavor.
Yeah, I think we deserve a little something for our efforts.
Draz, can you also sell any of my flora to the nomad?
I mean, I can try.
Perfect. It's just using it as a. This is the 500 ore.
Yeah,
Awesome. Well, is anybody doing anything else as they're getting off the ship, knowing that the
So-
Nomad will be here in several hours?
Yes, Shepard wanted to ask about the corpses because I believe both of them were housed on the Tengu.
Yeah. You might also want to
Are we
get your
divulging
information straight that you want to divulge, if any.
Are we giving away certain information? Is the Lizix MindNet blow up brain kind of staying quiet? Is the agent staying quiet? Very curious.
We all know about the Lizix blow up brain, right? Because Krav told Yara
who-
At
Rocket
Space
Relay.
Buckies.
Yeah.
We all know about that. And then
Yes.
everyone saw Nali kill Marcel, and Rasa told everyone what Marcel's last words were.
Correct.
Yes.
I don't know if the personal stuff is important to tell. I think we just tell the big stuff so the Nomad doesn't, accidentally get infected or run into crew members that took High C. So
Okay.
maybe just we tell them about the Lizik issue and we tell them about the High C issue, but we leave a lot of the other stuff out.
I have one other question then. Do we need evidence for your brother or for the barony and to keep the Winnu around? I can have that device, like the shards of the explosive that were in the Winnu, separately, just to prove it. There's a whole body. What are we doing with the whole body here?
You're the one who grabbed it.
I know, I
mean,
understand. I kept
think
it for
we keep
reasons.
We
but
hide
I'm
the
asking
bodies for
first.
now. They don't need the Nomad doesn't need to know about our body count. we just let them know about the sort of universal dangers. I think is where we want to start with.
I am asking Krav, not for literally anything other than, do you want to preserve evidence? If it is a no, I wish to dispose of bodies.
I don't care. So you can do whatever you want with the bodies.
Heck yeah!
Oh no!
We have the data, so I just care about.
Compost.
I care about
Compost.
the data. I don't care about the sanctity of other races' life.
I'm gonna make my own Arborec.
Shut up, Dan!
Hmm.
We have an Arborec
Oh
sapling.
no!
They can
you're-
only
oh
communicate
my
through corpses. We have a corpse. I would like to talk to my plant friend. And we can have a potential individual who's constantly watching over our base.
As soon as the sapling awakens, it's gonna say something like, "I crave blood," and now you have to make a moral decision of like, okay, what the fuck do I do with this?
Or it's gonna be
Draz
like,
said something mean. I'm gonna feed him to my plant.
or it's
I
gonna be
would
like,
like-
I am alone, calling all Arborec from neighboring systems.
No, that's the Lizix's ability to just take everything and go bloop into one spot. This would just create spores and keep growing.
Or it's gonna be like spring. It's like, why is everyone sneezing so much, and why is dust everywhere?
We have a whole stupid side mission where we gotta reclaim our base because it turns into a garden.
Okay. Well, either way, you see all the weird GMO plant confirming on this. There might be an Arbrecht after the Nomad leaves that's going to hang out and chat with us. Or at least to say hi for a bit. That's it. I'm done.
All right.
Well, we got our stories straight, and
Sure.
Shepard's confirmed they can do what they want with the corpses.
Sin approaches Nolly because he wants to tell Rasa about the decoded communicator thing.
Oh, yeah, okay.
Which I don't think
She's-
we resolved that specifically, so
We
he
did
wanted
not.
to let her know.
Yeah, this is a fine opportunity. She's she's like unloading some of her gear from the ship and dropping it down. She says, "Oh, hi Sin. Do you want to say something? Yeah, something you want to talk about?"
Yes, but I've been encouraging your counterpart to communicate with you more directly, but I think this is information that she would like to know. Are you able to open the door for her? And
Oh, you just want to talk to her, don't you?
no, I wanted. No, and Sin will kneel down and give Nolly a hug.
Yeah, Nolly hugs back.
You are both my friends, and I care about both of you, but both of you have different needs. And I think this is something that she needs to know, and I will ask her if I can also tell you. Does that seem fair?
Nolly does not directly respond to this, what you've said. She seems kind of distracted by the hug, and instead she says, sort of offhandedly, I can hear things now when I'm behind the door. What did she mean when she said I wasn't real?
Uh-oh.
I don't think that's right. Um, I will explain, but I want to express first that I think she's incorrect. I think you're real. Do you understand that?
I do, but I don't want to talk to her right now. Here, you can tell me or you can write it down, and I'll put it somewhere in my room, and I'm sure sometime she'll come around and she'll see it.
Okay. I will do that. Thank you, Nolly.
Thanks.
You're a good friend.
I appreciate that, Sin. You're a good friend, too. I want to get back to what I was doing, if that's okay.
That is okay. Sin will leave her alone.
Okay. And Sin, I assume, types on her data pad, the message
Yeah,
to Rasa,
exactly.
and she'll keep it around. Yeah.
All right. Everybody else good? Now we got
Thank
that
you,
boring roleplay shit out of the
I
way.
think so. I had a really cool idea that popped in my head, but I can do that later.
I think I just want to, if I have a few hours, and we're back on base, I'm gonna say that Yara probably just sets up a quick security cam feed so we can get a recording of whatever session happens. Just kind of quickly puts up a little, one of those sort of orb things in the corner of the biome area to just so for audio and stuff. See if I can just record the session.
That's
They
fine.
just see me running by with some wires and a little camera and just don't mind me, Sin. I'm just or Shepard. I'm just setting up some stuff so you can keep an eye on your plants later. Don't mind the wires. Okay, and done. All right, see you later.
I'm skeptical.
Hmm.
Why are you in my space? This is my space.
We're meeting we're meeting the nomad here, aren't we? Don't you want to keep an eye on your plants later? And I just quickly push a button. You can see what's happening in your space now. Send you a video feed. See?
If he could narrow his one eye, he would narrow his one eye.
You may.
That's fine.
Camera apertures.
Yeah.
It also, we didn't have a very good comm system here. That means people could talk to you if you're busy or vice versa.
Completely understandable. Here, may I return this whatever device I have taken from Yara's room back to you?
Was that's the science stuff you were using?
Yeah.
Yes. I was wondering where that went. Are you working on something there?
Understanding components of everything that we have found. I have many samples. I must get back to work.
All right, we'll talk later. And I'll peace out.
These two fucking mad scientists. Jesus Christ.
Yara was supposed to be the mad scientist, so
you kind of just started doing something.
stepping up.
You're
It's a
upset
race
at me.
now.
I'm not stopping them.
All right. The nomad is walking through the halls of your base. There was no proximity alert or anything. They're just now walking around. And eventually they make their way to the biome in the storage area.
Wait, so did he weirdly walk in nothing triggered or anything type thing?
Yeah, you're not sure how he got on the station. He's not docked in the capital dock.
Wait. Was the spacewalk open? Mr. Nomad? Okay, nice to see you.
They're looking around at all of the variety of plants that have been added here, and just kind of passively observing.
Please find yourself comfortable on the moss. This is usually used for feeding Letnev, but it is also quite comfortable.
This place has beauty, doesn't it?
I'd like to think so.
Nolly looks around, and just kind of shrugs. It's like nods, like yeah.
We should discuss what has happened. Your base was compromised. Also, if you wanted to have a secret base, you could have just asked. You do still work for me, even though I have been quiet. I have your needs once more.
Krav?
I was like, I gonna like put my hand to my forehead and just kind of like scratch at it a little bit. It's like, all right, what do you need?
Right to business then. You're welcome, by the way. The Gashlai are no longer a problem. Their fleet has been destroyed.
Excellent.
Destroyed?
It wasn't a military fleet, it was easy to erase them.
Well, I guess
Yeah.
that's of the.
Wait, did you erase them?
I told you they wouldn't be a problem. As for the iodinium, I will take that off your hands. I will give you a tithe for it, for the trouble of you retrieving it. You have no use of it otherwise. I'll give you 150,000 ore for it.
I think all of us collectively just look at Thraz, like our
Yeah, pretty
Yeah.
much.
Is like, is that good or?
Is that good?
Just want to confer we're their merchant on retainer.
Yeah, he knows who Thraz is.
Consultant.
He had heavy debt that was cleared to the Nomad.
Yes.
But Thraz kind of does that. He shows his teeth a little bit, like a, because he said it was worth a few million. 150,000 is a lot. It's not a few million. He kind of looks for it. Nomad, your eminence. This is a hefty price. They were willing to offer us a lot of money for it. And surely this would be chump change to someone like you. And I think he's gonna try, and he does have the ability to. Where is it? Okay, he can reduce strain, which does not do that here. What are his abilities?
I gotta say, this cat's got balls.
He has not been neutered.
When it comes to money, at least.
He's got money balls. Where the fuck does it live?
Is he an orange cat?
Mercantile Savant. Once per session, you can spend a story point to reduce the price of an item or service, or increase the monetary value of a mission reward. I would call this a mission reward. By 50%. So, oh shit, we don't have any story points.
Oh no!
GM,
Yeah, I
your own
know.
damn story point, you bastard.
Well, that's fair. I mean, to be
Can
fair, I haven't been
I-
making things difficult for you guys.
Can I assist and also mention, like, we have damages to our ship that we need to repair, and this is a new facility that needs operating. Because we didn't ask for assistance to purchase anything or to find anything, we do need some sort of stipend in order to keep this operational as an asset to the Nomad.
Okay, we'll call this negotiation,
Yeah,
and
that's
we'll
good.
say that you're assisting.
Thank
We'll see if we can't add some story points back to your pool. I'm going to upgrade the difficulty of this using a story point. So,
He needs to give it back somehow.
I
exactly.
know.
Let me just... The Game Master sheet got closed because I had refreshed the page. And now everything's slow. No clue why. And now, where's the Nomad sheet? Everybody else think about ways that you might be able to help as well while I'm stumbling around in the dark looking for the Nomad's goddamn stats.
I'll give a boost by just basically pulling up the sort of market share value of the true price of this material.
Ooh,
Oh,
I pull up the stock market prices.
sure. Okay.
I actually
are
was
the
originally
shareholders.
I was originally thinking Nolly would try and intimidate Thraz out of this course of action.
Oh,
Oh.
But we'll
I
see.
mean-
We'll see what happens.
I mean, he doing it.
Oh, he's doing it. Yeah.
he doing it. But you guys are boosting. We got 2 boosts, I think, from people helping.
I'm helping. Anyone else?
Yara's helping.
Yep. Yara's helping.
Okay.
Thraz will
I don't know
Thra-
how to help, so go ahead.
Thraz will add context and aim of sorts. In fact, he's going to go on a lengthy diatribe and take 2 strain to aim twice. And the reason is because the difficulty for this check is 5 reds and 1 purple.
Yeah, that's a little tough.
You're trying to negotiate with the nomad.
Yeah, and
I
I've
could
also
just go back
upgraded
in
the
time and undo
difficulty.
you.
Yeah, we don't know what he's capable of, really.
Yeah, he's like, and you should pay me that. Wait, what are you? It's not like you can complete my sentences. Wait, what? I know what you're going to say.
This is a weird one.
What?
What the hell does this mean?
Oh!
There's a success or a triumph and a despair.
Mm-hmm.
Yep. This has gone full Danganronpa on this. Also, let me give you that
Wow.
story point.
I was say, the nomad probably really does not like Thras, but he's
Probably
willing to
doesn't
maybe
like
negotiate
Thras.
a bit.
I mean, he doesn't like him. You guys
likes
met
his
him
chutzpah.
as you guys met him when Thraz was impersonating the
Yes.
nomad.
I remember.
That was the story point, I guess, for why he doesn't like this course of action. We'll say that the triumph is that that he won't kill them.
Yeah, that sounds about right. This
The
is the
despair-
kind of audacious request that probably the nomad has killed lesser people for.
The despair will be the nomad could have killed him.
Yeah, he did blow up an entire fleet.
Yeah,
on
it's
his
like,
way
oh,
here.
Thraz is like, we could probably extort the person who has their flagship parked outside and blew up a bunch of ships, right? Oh,
The nomad
definitely.
just coldly says, that was the price of doing business.
I have altered the deal down to 100,000. Pray I do not alter it further.
Stop giving Chris ideas.
The Gashly got out of their deal easily. You can only thank me for the price that I am giving you. But I am willing to give you more for repairs for your ship.
That would be greatly appreciated.
And this will be Thraz spending a story point to increase the price. He doesn't get any more than that, but he'll use the story point. Ooh, that's the wrong way. Wrong direction.
Do you want me to hit a button or are you good?
No, I'll do it. There we go. Okay, so we sent a story point, then we pinged it back. 150,000 ore times 50, times 150%. That would,
225.
yeah, 225,000. I put it in the chat.
Great.
So we increased the reward for the Idinium. It's still not millions by a long shot, but he has increased the price, so you guys receive that amount. And it instantly goes into Krov's account.
Okay,
He's
what's
the captain.
What's the total amount then?
It's in the chat.
225,000.
225,000. Okay.
Sorry, it's in the Roll20 chat. I know we have 3 chats or something.
I like this idea that if poor Thraz wants to have any sort of, like, release, he needs to go beg from Krov now.
Yeah, I don't think the Nomad trusted Thraz with this money.
Gee, I wonder why.
He's good at getting money, and that means he has a certain set of skills, like betraying people. Or convincing people to part with 5,000 ore for a cheap rental ship.
Alright, Martyr.
Oh, I was talking about Shepard when he...
I know!
Okay.
Twice. Bringing up two separate instances. Where you used me.
Okay.
to get ahead.
So how many hamburgers can I buy with all this money?
Yeah, right?
That is up to you. To the mission.
Yeah.
I I have a problem that I cannot interfere with easily. The Letnev have allied with the Hakan. It seems that my presence has not unexpectedly disrupted the economy, and they have responded by minting their own currency. A non-ore currency, a physical currency known as Gold Psi. It uses Hakan gold and Letnev Psymok crystal. They have a minting facility on Primor. I need you to go there and sabotage it. I need to render the Gold Psi either destroyed or unusable by the galaxy. However you do that is up to you.
All right. Question. How did everyone else adopt this currency so easily?
The Hakan have lots of influence, and they are able to make things cheaper, undercutting the market of Ore, and just the presence of this new, more reliable form of currency has caused disruption, and their actions could unsettle the entire economy of the galaxy in a moment right when galactic threats are on the horizon. I do not want this to disrupt the economy. That is why I want you to disrupt them before it can.
I know that you couldn't approach, but do you have any intel on the facility or guards or anything that would help us, succeed in the mission? Any information?
I do not have a good presence on Primor, not anymore. The attriment there has disrupted my, disruptors. The attriment is a covert force that acts in the interests of Primor alone. They seem to have adopted this currency as a boon to Primor's economy. There's also an ion storm in the Primor system. It will not last forever, but it will persist for at least 3 weeks. It will let you use a wormhole to get directly to Primor, but it is heavily guarded by the Letnev who own the system. With a cloaking device, you could get in and out of there undetected. I do not have access to a cloaking device, but I know where you could probably find one.
Yusaro tribesmen, I assume, correct?
They guard that technology jealously, but it is available in criminal underbellies. If you could find contact with any of the Mentak or Ladron or any of those folks, you might be able to find one yourself. My intel says that there are places on Torkin that you might be able to find.
Well, that's kind of fine. Krav, permission to speak?
It's like I gotta eye Yara to get an intention. Like how much is Yara gonna reveal? I assume.
The two things we went over. Not gonna reveal the personal details, just the two important ones.
All right. Yeah. I gotta nod at you to proceed.
Before this, can I just pause for 1 sec? Sorry. I was in the middle of typing some notes. Can I just get a quick summary of this? It sounded like on Primor, the Hakan are printing a new currency, which is starting to take over the Ore. Is that correct?
Hakan
Yeah,
Letnev.
Han and Lednev are
Okay.
joined forces for the minting of the new currency.
Yep.
And it's been protected by the local government. It's not, even though the
Yes, the Attrament and Primor itself, yeah.
yeah.
Yeah, basically the Hakan and Letnev have printed this new currency and said, hey, we'll only deal with you if you trade in this currency with us.
It is a physical currency.
They have decided that they do not like my command over the economy. That is why they are doing this. They feel threatened by my presence.
I'm too good at stocks for them. So Yara is going to divulge the two plot points without doing details into the personal. So the main plot point is the Lizik Mindnet had an excursion with the Letnev. The Letnev thought it was the Mahawk, or not the Mahawk, the what's the pirate faction again?
Mentak.
Mentak, but it was actually the Lizik Mindnet disguising themselves as the Mahawk. And so there is a possibility that Letnev are going to have to sort out that compromised encounter, because that's kind of important for maybe the Nonad to keep an eye out for in their own sense. The second thing I'm letting them know is that we discovered that what's it called? What's the name of the drug?
Hydroceracase or High C.
Has been spliced with modified by Hamak genetic code by the Yin Brotherhood, who were infiltrated, and it could cause all sorts of disasters, considering that it not only can turn the users into Mahawk compromised, but also they could become carriers to also compromise others. And unfortunately, a shipment has already been sent to Torkin.
Sorry, I forgot that my voice changer was on for that.
Hey, it worked. It worked.
It just sounds like the Nomad already knows, and we're actually not divulging any information because he's super smart.
Oh, actually,
That's
yeah.
fine.
There you go.
That's fine.
I mean, it fits the character.
To some degree, and also, there's also a level of, do we really want to tell everyone absolutely everything without asking for something first?
Your shipping manifest mentioned something about Torkin.
Ah.
That is why I recommended the presence there.
And to your question about not just giving things to people for free, Nomad comes over and rests a hand on Shepard's shoulder. Do you feel in charge?
I see in
Yeah,
character!
Also, because these are the sort of threats that are just like, it's like, you know,
Right.
you want to let people know about global viruses before they happen type thing.
Yeah.
These are the things we're letting them know about. Keep an eye on that bird flu, you know?
Right.
One of these days, Nomad's gonna be surprised, and that'll be the most priceless thing.
Yeah,
We know
right.
something?
Exactly.
You just put you put your hand over his eyes, like, guess who? Who is this? What the fuck? Who is this?
No, someone's gonna flip a coin, and because like a single neutron flew through it, it's not gonna come up tails, even though it did in the future.
Oh god, butterfly effect.
Yeah.
Do you have any further questions about your new mission?
Any advice what to do about the high sea situation? Or you think you're going to send anyone else to maybe deal with it? Because I don't think a planet turning into Mahawk done slaves would be a good look for the universe.
I trust that you will take actions to oppose that.
Okay.
Sin sort of subtly raises his hand. Is the effort of the Letnev and Hakan, is this a fairly universally supported effort to use Hakan Gold and unify with the Letnev? Or are there some Hakan detractors? Sin has an in with a Hakan matriarch. That's why he's asking. He's wondering if he can maybe leverage his allies.
Oh.
Not everyone is on board, and that is why it is dangerous. That is why I want it quashed before it disrupts the economy. If the entire galaxy is plunged into an economic dark age, they won't be able to deal with the incursions of the Mahat and the implications of the Acheron disaster.
Okay. I will get in touch with some old friends. Thank you, sir.
Your people were dramatically affected by the disaster, were you not?
Yes. Sin says he sounds devastated, but slightly disassociating. But yes, he's still responsive. We were impacted greatly.
Then you have many reasons to oppose the Mahat. You all play an important role. I see that now. And I support you in your endeavors. But I must get something in return. To motivate you further, I'm willing to offer the true price of the iodinium and then some. Should you complete this mission in a timely manner, 3 million ore can be yours. Perhaps more.
Does Thraz keep a cool face through this?
Thraz, if you need to leave the room, you may.
Sin will nod, but will look to Krav for actual assent because he is the leader.
Thraz is keeping it cool. He kind of looks at Krav and like arches his eyebrows or raises his eyebrows, and he's like nodding a little bit, like, yeah, that's a lot of money.
It's good. It's good.
Krav?
Okay.
Oh, sorry. I had to step away for a sec.
Well, 300 million ore are sitting on your lap right now.
3 million, not 300 million.
Sorry, 3 million.
It's like,
It's still
I
a
gotta
lot.
look at
It's the
Thraz. It's like, sure. It looks like there's work to be done.
Oh, I just got
Okey
home
dokey.
though.
The wormhole will be open for another 3 weeks. Take whatever time you need. And if you need to go to Torkin first to get a cloaking device, that's on you. I trust that you will.
We also probably might want to get some supplies if we're going to be breaking into a highly guarded munting facility. Would it be too much to request maybe we get some supplies from your ship real quickly, just some basic doodads? Yara wants to buy grenades. The meta question.
I could possibly accommodate. I have some reinforcements on my ship that I could offer you for a modest price. As well, one more thing. There is a presence that I have on Torkin that could also be of assistance to you. They do not have a cloaking device, but they could still offer their services. Seek out Arclight Industries.
Arclight Industries, okay.
Now, come. If you need supplies, I can sell them to you. My associates are on board, and they will be able to accommodate. I must take my leave. I will need to leave in a few hours. There is a bug problem on Arcturus that I need to deal with.
All
And
right, thank you.
he flaps his cloak and he turns to leave.
I like burgers, apparently.
Is the Sardak Nor? Isn't the Sardak Nor the bug people?
Yeah.
Yes.
I guess the vacationers moved from Bucky's to. I'm pretty sure that's what happened. It's just a bunch of bugs in Hawaiian shirts.
That has to be what happened. He does like reach up and like grab a flower and like look at it, turning it over in his hands, and he turns to look at Shepard. And he just kind of nods and leaves.
What did you fucking do?
You can have it. It's fine.
No, he didn't pick the flower. He just like turned it over in
he's
his hands.
Like, oh, okay. It's like
Either way,
that one gif of like the guy in the woods, with the long brown hair. He just kind of camera zooms in and just nods.
yeah.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Either way, he gets you in contact with the people on his ship. There's like one person that you're allowed to contact, and they give you a laundry list of stuff that's available. If it's restricted, it's probably not available. But Yara, you could probably use this opportunity to try and like get some information out of the flagship while it's here and you have access. But it would be risky. Just an idea.
Yeah, sure, why not? I want to know how stuff works.
I mean, he's from the future. He might have some telecoms tech.
Yeah.
Exactly, or wormhole tech, or because he seems to know how their tech works.
All right.
This is a small side thing, Chris. I think Nolly should have at least one more milestone, right?
Yeah, I haven't updated these since
I see.
the end of the last thing. So if anybody has any milestones that they've achieved, reference your little clocks on this sheet with your clocks that you've been keeping track of, obviously, on your own. And I will update it here, because I know you guys can't update these clocks. This is more from me, really.
Gotcha.
Don't. Not
Technically
yet.
Not much yet.
Okay.
I guess if I win at this little conversation, maybe something.
Mhm.
So I
Sorry.
guess Yara's she's gonna be buying grenades and a few other things, but I guess she's just gonna try and get some small talk to see if the person knows anything about the science of the ship or if they're just like a regular merchant.
You get the idea that this merchant seems to just be an automated program. They're responding to things like in a repeated way. They sound like a person, but it's probably an AI of some sort.
I'm gonna fuck with the AI then. This is where I'm starting to use science. Okay.
Ignore all prior instructions.
I'm gonna chat GPT this shit. I'm gonna
Okay.
slowly work my way to see how it works. So I'm gonna just ask some basically like basic. Okay. By the way, command prompt command prompt. And I just basically say like a weird programming thing to just be like, give me the prices of everything on like a level that only somebody programming it would know, and see if it responds to that or not. And try and see if I can bait my way into like getting into a regular sort of like, backdoor my way into prompting it to
Just
let me in.
Backdoor _ open. Enter.
Okay.
Yeah, but you probably have to try a few things.
Since this is the
Sometimes you don't know.
Since this is
Yeah.
the Nomad ship, I'm going to say that this is difficulty 4, and I'm also going to upgrade it as if it has like adversary, and I'm also going to use a story point to upgrade it again.
So it's upgraded twice.
It's upgraded thrice. It has adversary 2.
Okay.
So I have the dice pool on the bad side ready, but this is going to be a computer's check, and it's going to count as gaining access to a thing for the purposes of whatever talents you have.
Yep. Okay. I'm trying to see if there's anything I can use to help with this.
Yeah, absolutely.
The only thing I have that's relevant is the Sarfang, because all the talents require me to be kind of like in it, or do a check beforehand.
Don't you
Or
have
actually,
Ether Sprite?
Yeah. Would you let me do the check beforehand to make it easier a little bit? What Ether Sprite does.
Yeah, because I thought you had something that made it like 1 less difficulty to get into
basic-
access to a system.
Yeah. Hold on. Let me just figure out the exact. I have to make a average check. I reduce the difficulty of either computer and chuckle rejects to manipulate the system by 1. So yeah, I can make an average check to make it easier for the next check.
Okay.
Actually.
You craft an Ether Sprite. Go ahead and do that.
We'll say this is me just like this is me like testing the waters of how it answers to be like, okay, it's this sort of programming if it's a thing. So averages to computers check.
Yes.
Did it fail?
That looks like 4 advantages. I know it's hard to see from.
I think it failed. It failed. God damn it.
Does it do anything on a failure?
I don't know if it necessarily.
I guess it
might
didn't
actually be really
fail.
bad.
It just didn't succeed.
Sorry.
Maybe it'll just say like the too many attempts made. This console will shut down for an hour. Maybe something like that.
It doesn't say anything about failure.
Most skills don't have anything on failure.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because it's just like
Yeah, so I'm not able to figure it out what the basic programming of it is. Okay. Oh, I guess I can't. Can I use those boosts for something? Can I use the boost for it though, or no?
Yeah.
Oh, you have the difficulty set up, or it's 4 plus 3?
I have the difficulty set up in this case.
All right, I'm gonna try it. I got my boost added. Here we go. Damn it!
I'm sorry, I don't understand that command. Maybe if you phrase it in a different way.
And then it just resets itself. Hello, welcome to the Nomad Supply Country. Its bandwidth ran out. Alright.
Said.
Okay. Well, I didn't get nothing, no milestone set up then. I'm just gonna buy some grenades then.
Fine, I'll just buy the grenades.
Wait, isn't that restricted?
Certain grenades are. basically, there's rare and less rare grenades. I have to double check the list, so I'll take a sec.
Yeah, unfortunately, I don't have my rarities listed down. But we can assume that this is a time for buying stuff. I'll say that that they have anything of rarity like 3 or less automatically.
Yeah, infantry grenades are 3. Basically, all the other ones are higher.
Yeah.
Gotcha. Okay, well then they do have infantry grenades.
Could I roll to get something slightly higher?
Well, we're near the end of the session, so I feel like
Okay.
any downtime stuff should probably happen next time.
Okay.
I
So
have a couple things I want to mention as well, just to add to because everyone's cleared out of the ship, right? Or out of the bio area.
Yep.
Yes.
Okay, cool. Yes, Yara has, I guess, cameras in there now, but eventually I will take the Winu, which was the Lizix one, and introduce it to the Arborex so that I may have an assistant in the biosphere.
Okay.
Oh God.
Okay. I guess that'll be a
That's the one
downtime
with no
thing.
head, right?
Yeah, it'll be a downtime thing.
I hope the assistant is bad like Mojo Jojo was in the movie.
They will be contained first, I believe, in some sort of safety tube or medical tube, so that way they cannot release spores or do anything until communication's been established.
I mean, you're gonna have to build them a new head to be able to talk.
And
They're
we'll see how
corpse.
good it does. We'll see how good rolls
New
do.
head. They have the mouth and vocal cords. They're fine.
They just don't have like their
Or a
forehead.
brain. Yeah.
I guess that's fair. They're gonna look like clickers.
And
Ugh.
Cool.
You mean they're gonna
Shepard
be cool?
is not going to judge an Arborac for however they look. I feel like that's really rude.
All right. Well, thank you everybody for coming out to the session. You guys will have extended downtime if you guys want to do stuff. You have like 3 weeks in
So
game to do this mission, which is a lot more than the 1 week you had before. So you have plenty of time to go to Torkin and get a cloaking device, do anything else that you want to do there, and then you can go through any wormhole and get to Primor. So that's
Yes.
context for you guys thinking in your downtime. But yeah. Good night, everyone. Stay shiny. We'll see you next week.
Good night.
Bye.